What is up, people? Good morning. You have now embarked on the hero's journey, and I'm an artisanmc. Thanks for coming through today. It is a early, wet Sunday here, and not wet in the way you would like, but cold outside, moist on the ground, which means since this is an on-call weekend, you know what that means. It means I may get interrupted doing this stream to go take care of AC calls since people need to be, you know, continually regulated at 80 degrees because we only make hothouse flowers nowadays. So if that happens, I will shut down the stream and go take care of what I need to and then fire it back up again. So just be warned. You guys know what it means when it's an on-call weekend. So most of you do. Plus, I've been here forever, for the years. So shout out to the Malika B. Bay. What's good, Malika? He says salutations. The artisan in the chat. Peace to you, Malika. Hope you're getting it in. Really enjoyed the conversation I had with Malika, Dr. T, in Layman's Journal on Friday, talking about Magazine Dreams. If you have not seen that movie yet, you should probably check your Fandango or whatever you use in the states you're in. I don't know if Fandango is nationwide or whatever, but see if you can find a showing of it anywhere right now, because it might have already got pulled from the theaters. Not because anything really major, pun intended, has come out. It's coming out this week just because the numbers were so low for it. So otherwise, if you miss it in the theaters, you're going to have to catch it on streaming, whatever streaming service picks it up first. I'm thinking my guess would be the first person to pick it up would be Amazon. Might be Amazon. That's just my guess. Unless it goes to Tubi or something like that. But we'll see. So definitely enjoyed the conversation with the brother Malika being there. Glad he was able to make it and join that panel. Appreciate that. Shout out to Blood Boiling, B-Dubs in the building. Say what's up, artisan. Peace to you, Blood Boiling. I can't see what that picture is. Somebody sitting on a rock. Why does it look like a Sokotano? I gotta blow it up. I gotta blow it up sooner or later. The Woo Beast is in the building. Charles Faulkner Jr. What's good, Charles? Woo! Charles, I'm watching the show right now. You would probably find interesting. You and AB would probably find really interesting. I finally sat down and started watching WWE LFG, right? And it's Legends and Future Greats. If you don't want to say let's fucking go, right? And they got the Undertaker, Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, and I'm forgetting the woman's name. Damn, sorry, apologies. That was not my choice. But they're there and they're at the WWE Performance Center, and they've picked some people that they are working through that process. Some of them green. Some of them been there a year, but really trying to polish them up to get them to be, to give them compete for NXT contract, right? And it's pretty good because I like seeing Booker T and Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. They're just talking, being themselves, not in character, just being themselves. And dispensing the knowledge that they have to young aspiring wrestlers is good, because I always liked Booker T. I always liked The Undertaker. I liked The Undertaker the first time I saw him come out at the Royal Rumble. I was like, holy shit. Right? My younger brother, right, because I only got one, he had already knew of Mark Calloway, because he watched NWA wrestling. I didn't watch NWA. I only watched WWF back in the day. And he already knew about me and Mark, right? So when he came over to WWF at that time and was the Undertaker, I was impressed with the presentation of the Undertaker. Like the costumes and stuff, that old West style with them big hats and stuff like that, wearing the black and gray. I rock with that, right? So I've been a fan since the early 80s. So seeing this guy now, after all these years, after all these matches I've seen him in, these historic and legendary matches that I remember seeing live and stuff like that, not at the stadium, but pay-per-view and shit like that. It's really interesting to me to see him just talking, just being himself. That's why, like I told you guys, I watch the 6 Feet Under podcast. I do. I watch his podcast. It's interesting as hell to me. I like seeing the real people getting their actual personality and not just the character. That's mainly what I do when I meet people in the real world. I try to get behind that character shit and get to the real person. That's the interesting part to me. I don't give a damn about the facade you put up for everybody else. Yeah. Drop that shit with me because I'm not interested. What I am interested in is who are you behind all of that shit? Who are you really on the inside? So, regardless, let's say it's a fun show. And then watching that show, watching LFG, I fell asleep. And when I woke up, another show was on, right? Because it's available on, LFG is available on Amazon, right? Because it's an A&E show. I don't have cable. I have streaming. So I found a way to find it. It's on Amazon, which is weird, instead of being on Hulu, which Disney owns. Whatever. But what it got to was it kept playing. And this was Friday night, right? I finally sat down and watched it because I'm on call. Fell asleep at work at the conference table at my seat watching television. And when I woke up, another show was on. I'm still hearing wrestlers. I'm like, what the hell is this? And this show is, what is it called? WWE Treasures Reclaimed or some shit like that. I'm forgetting the damn name of it right now. What an idiot. So on this show is hosted primarily by, it's WWF or WWE Most Wanted Treasures, right? And if I bring this up, you'll see it. I'll show it to you guys real quick. And then we'll get to some geek shit. This is geek stuff right now, right? So there it is. This is what it is. WWE's Most Wanted Treasures, right? And I'm actually liking the show, so let me go ahead and like that shit, right? You see, you got Booker right on the front, got Mick Foley, and damn it, why am I forgetting this woman's name? Let me ruin it for myself. Anyway, I'm not seeing her name on there. I'm forgetting her name, and I'm you know me, I usually know people's names right off sight. So I'm upset right now that I'm missing it. I'm forgetting it. Jesus. Anyway, this show is actually very interesting. And interesting in the sense that it is basically the WWE archives. They're going in the attempts to make a museum and have these iconic things around. They're going back and finding the old pivotal wrestling items, put it that way, right? So in Booker T's case, they went to find Booker T's final King of the Ring robe that he had, the King Booker robe, the black one. Now I had forgot about that one, but that one was actually pretty goddamn cool. Because that robe, it was a black robe, white fur around the collar, big golden lions on the chest and stuff like that. But it was the last time he was King Booker, right? I was like, damn, that was cool as shit. Where is it? He didn't have it. He didn't have it. And I'm like, but this is his ring gear. He did not have it. Somebody else did. A private collector did. So Triple H and Stephanie, who I like both of them, both of those people as characters, as people in wrestling, man, I've seen them come a long way, right? Even Stephanie McMahon is still like a secret crush for me. Just what it is, man. And Triple H, I always kind of like Triple H, especially when he was the game. I really was liking him. He really grew on me and became something that I was like, yeah. Like I told y'all, I stayed in construction longer, calling myself the damn game, understanding it the same way he did. But they send them out, and this younger wrestler named AJ, who's a big in the history, they send them out to find this stuff. And they end up going to a bunch of private collectors, finding these lost wrestling items that people actually own. People own these. And you wonder, to me, I'm watching this show wondering, how the hell did they get this? Right? So the last episode I watched was, and I'm talking primarily to Charles. AB is not here yet, but those are the people that I know who are big professional wrestling fans, right? Especially Charles. He actually wrestled. Okay. So I know this means something to his ass, right? But the last one I watched, they had Sergeant Slaughter there. And they're going through this history of Slaughter in the Iron Sheik. And what they did is they start tracking down things that were iconic for certain matches, like the boot camp match between Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter from the 80s. They tracked down Iron Sheik's boots, Sergeant Slaughter's campaign cover, his swagger stick, and the Persian clubs that Iron Sheik used to use. They track down all that shit. And what they end up doing, tracking it down, you get a lot of history directly from the person who lived it. People that he knows that might have it or might not have it or whatever. You end up seeing Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund is still alive. And that motherfucker is still fit. This is stuff that make me feel bad. Right? I'm joking. I don't feel bad. I'm just like, God damn, this motherfucker gonna live forever. And still in shape. And getting to see these older wrestlers that you know or know these stories, the behind the scenes stuff that you might have never known what was going on with them. Never. I find it very fascinating because this is something I grew up on. Professional wrestling is something that I have literally grown up on. Back in the days where I was taking loose leaf in class and making wristbands and cutting cardboard and stuff and making fake belts so we can go to the boys club and start wrestling as tag teams in their pad room. When it was like, oh, don't do that, you can break somebody's neck. Yeah, fuck his neck. That's if you don't do it right. No. Body slamming, suplexing, doing all kind of crazy shit on each other after school. So it was serious. So to see these behind the scenes stories like that, because I wasn't always watching wrestling, reading wrestling magazines and stuff like that, because my mother wasn't buying that shit. She wasn't. That's why it seems that a lot of the stuff I liked as a kid was not overly supported by my parent in the house. So everything I liked was something I had to do on my own. I had to invest my own time, my own effort into following it and enjoying it, because she wasn't. Single mother was not into all of that shit. Maybe some music, maybe. Some other stuff, if she liked it too, yeah. Movies, maybe, yeah. Everything else, no. You got to do that on your own, man. Your time, your dime. So, yeah, Bob Backlund, NCAA, yeah. I had forgotten how big he was. Like, he was professional in wrestling and NCAA. I think it was, they said football or some baseball or some shit like that. He did both and was good in both, right? Now you see somebody seeing Bob Backlund right now, you say, man, this is a weenie. But there was a time that motherfucker was a problem, right? My mom enjoyed pro wrestling. Good. Well, she's married to your dad. Come on, man. You say that like it's a surprise. Like, oh, my mother didn't like wrestling. It was only my father and me in the house. Like, come on, man. Of course she did. She liked manly men, right? So the history lesson in all of that is I find very fascinating. The relatableness to the real people who play these characters on screen. It's like seeing Triple H and Stephanie talking in the background and just being on camera, just talking. It gives you a different side of these people than you've ever seen of them while they're performing. Like, damn, this movie might actually be a decent ass fucking dude. Because none of the wrestlers that you talk to, if you listen to interviews, really say a lot of wild shit about him. It's only like Bret. And I love me some Bret Hart, right? Since the days of way back. Bret Hart's my dude, right? But hearing him, watching him talk to people like Jake the Snake, Booker T, Shawn and them, Undertaker, it's like, he seemed like a kind of personable dude, and how much he has respect for all the older wrestlers that came before him, because I didn't know, he's saying this himself, that I'm learning from the episode. He is highly respectful of Sergeant Slaughter. I'm like, really? I wouldn't have even thought that. I forgot they even had a match together. They had a boot camp match. The Slaughter was beating his ass, and he enjoyed that shit because he was such a big fan of Sergeant Slaughter. I'm like, man, Triple H got roots in this shit for real. For real. So I like seeing that kind of stuff, but seeing that they go back and find these belts, these items, so they can put them in this museum that the WWE is supposedly making, so other fans can see that stuff now. Like, they're making a collection. Like, it's like collecting those Chase comics and shit. So if you watch shows like what is that? Garage Pickers or whatever it's called, that people find stuff in old garages and bring it back together. It's not like it's Pawn Stars, but they will offer people some money for what they got. If it's what they're looking for to finish that set piece out that they're trying to find, hey, what you want? Let's talk turkey. Let's talk turkey. How much you want? So I'm finding it really interesting to see that how many private collectors have a shitload of stuff. Like the dude that's in Detroit, GWC, man, he is funny as hell. He might need his own show. He funny as hell. He's just a regular dude, as far as I know. But he got cars on big 20s, like he a brother. And he got his own shirts made up that look like the NWO shirts that say GWC on it. And he got floor to ceiling, wall to wall, upstairs, downstairs of just wrestling memorabilia in his house. You need to watch one of those episodes, Charles. You need to watch. You can watch the first one with Mick Foley and see it and see the history involved in the items that they're looking for. Mankind's original mask, Kane's original mask, the Undertaker's black and purple outfit. Where is this at? Booker T was looking for the WCW TV title. I was like, how did that go missing? They don't know where it is. But the private collector that they went to in Florida, his room that he owns actual belts, not replicas, the real belts. I'm like, what the hell does this dude do? Man, he looked like he should have been a heavyweight champion. Because the way his little study set up with two big ass walls full of wrestling belts on, I'm like, oh my God, how did you get those? Hey, you into some dirty stuff? Is this a drug dealer? Like, I'm serious. I don't know how they find this stuff. I don't know how the private collectors got a hold of this shit. I don't. But you hear some of me, I got it from an auction. Really? Where? Like, look, I always thought that all that stuff that the wrestlers wore or was part of that federation, they actually just kept. Right? That's what I thought. I didn't think of it until they're talking about it in this show that, hey, we didn't know it was going to be. We didn't know if this was going to be anything. We thought this was going to shut down within a couple of years. So some of that stuff just went away. I wasn't keeping up with it until they really found out they had something. And they're like, man, we should probably hold on to some of this, right? So those early years when you start a business or something and you just figuring it out to where it's actually up and running, and maybe you've done like 10 years of it, and you're like, yeah, we good. We need to reclaim some of that stuff. Man, they had my boy Jake the Snake on there looking for one of his old Damien bags. And this dude in Detroit, he got Jake's tights. I'm like, how did he get his tights? Like, how the fuck did he get some of Jake the Snake's original tights? Crazy. So you said you've seen a few episodes of it? Yeah, that's a good show, man. I'm entertained by that show. It came out in 2021, so it's an old show. I had never seen it. Spent a lot of time watching A&E. Not enough, apparently, because I didn't have cable. But damn, I like this show. Fun for me. As a wrestling fan, fun for me. Seeing the wrestlers on there and actually giving their part of the history and stuff like that, and seeing that they actually have relationships outside of the ring, that they actually know each other, and actually some of them might actually be friends, or some of them still got beef, is hilarious to me. But it just speaks to, these are people. So the one I was really thinking about Charles for is the episode I haven't got to yet, because I'm still on the Jake the Snake episode, which I love because I always like Jake the Snake too. They got a Ric Flair episode on here that they're looking for Ric Flair's butterfly robe. Now, there's two people I know that would be the most interested in that shit. One of them is here on YouTube, which is the Woo Beast, Charles Faulkner Jr. The other one is my younger brother. Ric Flair is his dude. Like I said, my brother watched WCW and NWA. He didn't like WWF too much, but that's what he watched. And Ric Flair was his dude. That is the first face on his Mount Rushmore, is Ric Flair. I had to tell my brother about this shit to check this show out. So there's two people I know I needed to tell. Charles, my brother, you should watch this, because Ric Flair is going to be there helping them track down this robe. I'm like, how does he not have that? Because some of these other wrestlers, they got storage units, and they got tubs of costumes and stuff that they've wore. I'm like, well, that's what I thought they did. No, that was a company shit, and the company didn't keep up with it. So it's really cool to see that. I like history. I don't have a problem with antiques and stuff like that, but moments in history are important, because like the one with Jake the Snake that I'm watching right now, and this is after Jake has cleaned up, after DDP, peace to him, actually helped Jake get cleaned up, right? He's got inducted into the Hall of Fame, all that shit. And they're going about his episode of the Snake Pit, Charles, where he had the Honky Tonk Man on there. And Jake was not in WrestleMania 3. And what you find out behind the scenes is that attack on Jake the Snake was actually kind of real. Jake and Honky Tonk don't like each other at all. Honky Tonk does not like Jake, and Jake don't like Honky Tonk because he pretty much sees him as a clown. Like he really fake. Really fake. So when they're watching that scene, I remember watching that shit live on the show when he had the Snake Pit. I always enjoyed that shit. And he came out there and got a text. Like, yeah, I remember that. That was real. He really beat that boy over the head. He was supposed to hit him in the back. He hit that boy square in the head with that guitar. Because Honky Tonk was pissed because he's scared of snakes. Jake is scared of snakes, which is a mind blower to me, right? But he kept putting that snake in his face and giving Honky Tonk shit, boy. He got pissed off, and he came back around the other side of that set and laid his ass out. So they're looking for that guitar. I'm like, somebody still has it? They didn't throw that shit away? Apparently not. That guitar is still around somewhere. So that is a piece of wrestling history. What got Jake into WrestleMania 3 and seeing him, you know, beat the hell out of Honky Tonk Man. I remember this shit. So that's why I'm giddy like a little kid. Like this is fun to me. Like, yeah, can you find that guitar? Somebody still got that? I want to see the cat who paid money to keep that guitar. I really do. I want to look at that dude, look at his face, and say, "What the hell does he do? And how did he even come by that?" But in the course of that, who do they have helping them? Because Jake and Honky can't be on the same screen together at the same time. They got the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and he is just that way. Just that way. I'm like, so it's fun. It's actually really fun watching this stuff. Like, you learn a lot. You learn a lot. So that's what I've been watching lately. I've been watching other stuff. I've been watching a lot of mainstream stuff. Nothing that's out right now. And I don't know if I'm just biding my time until Andor comes out or what, but that's what it is, man. I'm in the boat and I'm just paddling real slow. Just look at this. So much nice stuff around here. I'm watching old shit and being highly entertained by watching old stuff. So if you haven't seen it, WWE's Most Wanted Treasures, it's on Amazon Prime. It's free. It don't cost you shit. If you have Prime, just watch it. Give it an episode or two. It might be entertaining to you. Just to see them looking for this stuff and listen to the stories that these guys have about these certain things or these wrestlers and where the history of it comes from. Because for me, I'm always about showing people respect for the work that they do and the work that they put in, but always holding on to that sense of history to understand why certain events happen the way they did. Why key moments or things like that are important. You hear me do this like every Sunday with movies and stuff like that. Why I try to give you such an accurate account of what happened in a movie, what happened in a book, what happened in the comic, right? It's to hold on to that history because a lot of things history-wise are happening right now. And you have to be able to recognize it at the time it's happening. So you give it its due respect at the time. Some of it doesn't get its respect until time has passed. But it's up to those lighthouse keepers to understand, to shine a light on it, to say, no, this is what it meant back then. This is why this point in time was so significant for these things. That's what history is for. Remind you of that kind of stuff. So it gets its respect. It gets to live a life past that moment and go forward in time to touch new generations or new people and find new fans of this stuff. That's what perpetuates it. If nobody liked comics and didn't talk about it and rave about how much they like certain things, that shit could have died within the first 5 years. Definitely could have died. Marvel and stuff like that could have died during the 60s. One of the main shit. My brother called me yesterday. He asked me about, or he told me about, he was watching some show and found out that Mario Kart 64, right? Nintendo 64's first Mario racing game, Mario Kart, that a vintage copy of that is worth right now $20,000, $20,000. And he called me. You know why? Because my brother knows I probably still have that motherfucker. He thought for sure I still had it. And I told him I probably do in storage because I never threw away my video games. Now, the only thing that gave me pause when I started thinking about it was I might have sold that game a while ago in the shop. I might have sold it in the shop a while ago because I know there was a time, divorced and struggling, I'm not playing those old games. I'm just holding them. I just have them because once a new system or something like that came out, I didn't just throw my shit away. It just sat there. I pushed it aside and put the new system in because I'm grown up in the generation of we like owning things. We actually have stuff. We actually keep it. We didn't think everything was disposable and just throw it away. No, we actually kept it, held on to it, preserved it. And the people who understood how to keep things in their original condition, take good care of it, even if it's used, were the people who are collectors now that people look to when they say, oh, this is valuable. I know so and so probably got it. Yeah, because we're the ones who understood it at the time. Now, it may still be sitting in my storage right now. I can think of exactly where my stash of Nintendo 64 games are because that was by far my favorite system. Is Mario Kart in there? Possibly. But it's because that's the original game, and Mario Kart has went on for so long now, and it's so popular with people now. Games like that and Super Smash Brothers, the original one, can fetch a lot of money now. Now everybody else is caught up to how awesome we knew the game was when it came out and spent our money to buy it. I had a job back then. I spent money to buy that shit. That's why I still have it. I bought it, not my mother, no parents. I bought that shit because I invest money in the things I like and I want to preserve. And I took care of it. So yeah, it's probably still sitting there in storage. It's like awesome. It's worth about 20K. If I have it in storage, I'll come off of it. If somebody want to pay me 20K, because I'm not on the other side of it that I'm just seeing dollar signs and thinking, oh, I can get that much for it. Look, man, I've worked in the heart of geekdom. One of the beating hearts of geekdom, a regular comic shop that sold comic books and video games. I know that is how much something is worth versus how much somebody is willing to pay you for it. That's it. And in this situation, I would be the seller, which means I'm getting less because now I would have to look for somebody to sell it to. If somebody wants to pay me 20K for it, awesome. But you're probably not getting it. Probably not. So I'd have to look and see if I still have it in there. But you don't see me rushing. You don't see me putting off the show today to go look for that shit because I'm not worried about it like that. I never bought it like that. I bought it. I played it because it was fun. It's awesome. It was an awesome game. Oh, it's worth money now? Well, yeah, it's been enough years. It's been a few decades. Yeah, I probably still got it. And the system. Along with Perfect Dark, Smash Brothers, and some other shit that I really enjoyed. Jet Force Gemini, yeah, probably still do. Like my wrestling games, WCW versus the NWO, No Mercy, yeah, on 64, best wrestling games ever made. Yeah, probably still do have it. So what? It's worth money? Yeah, I didn't buy it for that. I bought it because I enjoyed that shit. Still have my Wii U. Haven't thrown that away despite having my Switch. I sold my Wii in the shop, and I had one of the rare ones. I had a red Wii, collector's edition red Wii. I sold it in the shop because my kids had moved out. It was gone. I didn't need this shit. I'm paying for storage. I'm trying to trim down this damn storage space that I got with everybody, 4 other people's shit that I'm paying for. Get some of this shit out of here. Let's pass it on to somebody else. Maybe it'll be a joy for them and they'll take care of it. My son nowadays be asking, thought that we still had the Wii. We ain't still got shit. We don't. I bought that shit for Christmas for y'all. Y'all didn't care enough about it to want to take it with you anywhere. So it just sat. Wasn't being used. I'm very As I get older, I'm very utilitarian because I don't want to drop dead one day and everybody got to go through all these dusty ass boxes to figure out what the hell is in here to get rid of it. No, I've done that. Uh-uh. No. It's like waiting around for somebody to die so you can claim all their shit. No, man. No, fuck it. If you don't want the shit now, it ain't going to be here. I will sell it and get rid of it. I'm sentimental, but that shit has dropped significantly in a year, especially being homeless. I don't have time to be keeping all this shit for y'all. It costs me. And nobody's splitting the bill. So no, some of this shit had to leave. I did. So I sold some of it. So if Mario Kart is in there, cool. If not, somebody got a $20,000 cartridge in their home with my name on it. They do. So they probably ain't getting 20K for it. It's not about the money. It's about the memories, great feelings, and experiences you got from the object. Yes. I was talking to one of my exes yesterday and talking about pictures and stuff like that. And I told her why I keep pictures is I keep pictures and take pictures of a lot of things or moments, especially candid ones. If you know me personally, you know I take some random ass pictures of people and don't give a fuck how they look in the moment. And I said, this is a way for me to hold on to happy memories. And is a way to remind myself when you having your low moments, what happiness looks like when you were happy. It's a way of holding on to those moments. Now, with everything being digital, they can be wiped away really easily, which is why I don't have, outside of my car getting broken into and losing that memory stick that had a bunch of pictures of exes and family and stuff like that all on it, to the storage space that had all my pictures from childhood and stuff like that in it that my ex-wife let go. So they sold that shit off and probably sent it to the dump or something. I have no pictures of my past, my youth. They're gone. They're gone. So what you guys see now on the screen is the newest picture you would see of me. The oldest one come up eventually when my mother's going through stuff and she has some pictures. You can see pictures of me and my little brother in, corduroy pants and a big blown out afros and shit like that. Look like some nostalgia film just from the 80s because we took it on Kodak paper, tangible medium, so you could hold on to it a while. Otherwise, it's not there. After a certain year, there is nothing going back. There is nothing because I kept pictures. They're gone now. So nowadays, I do take a lot of pictures. I save them digitally and I try to make multiple copies of it so I can have it. But that is to what I learned as a way to stave off depression in some ways. You take pictures of your happy moments or your candid, regular, normal moments, right? Because it gives you an anchor, something to hold on to remember when that, dark beast comes in your head and wants to tell you nobody ever liked you. You were never good enough for anything. You never had a happy moment in your life. And it starts preying on you and wanting to remember all these negative things. You have proof that good things actually happen to you. Normalcy that helps stave off that stuff because they say the eye that alters all. Depression alters all of that shit. That shadow side of you will prey on all of that stuff. And if you don't have a way to actually really accurately trust yourself in your mind, it will tell you a fucking fable. And you'll believe it. Only way not is to remember your good times. That's why I don't focus a lot on trying to remember negativity. I know it happened. I try to remember the lesson from the negative experience, not just the negative experience. Consequently, women tend to remember negative shit more than they remember the happy moments. That's why they think everything is fucked up. And this always happens. And I'm always a victim. No, it's because you always focus on that shit. I tend to try to be optimistic. I remember happy times. I don't give a shit about the bad ones. I put it on the same scale I put movies on. How much good versus how much bad? And then let's celebrate those good times and throw them bad ones away. Learn the lesson. Say, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Excuse me, the bone is the negative part. So, anyway, that's an hour of my soliloquy about what I was watching. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I say all that to say how it relates is to Magazine Dreams, about a character having a really negative experience and still trying to hold out hope that something positive, he will make his mark in the world, that he will do something legendary. He will have his name remembered. And through this show, Most Wanted Treasures, you see people's works, good works, their hard work remembered by others that weren't even in the vicinity of that happening. And they are given that kind of respect to someone else to make sure that their name is remembered and that their works do go recognized. Right. As somebody asked me before, it's like, do you think you're a good parent? I was like, I don't know. But that's not for me to say. You know who it is for them to say? My kids. Because that's who gets to tell you that shit. You don't get to tell yourself that. You get to know, hey, I did everything I could given the situation. I know certain situations I may have fell short, but there was other things going on outside of just, can I get a pony for Christmas? There were, and the kids don't know that. But what they take from that scene, that episode, and how they remember it is how they determine if you are a good parent or have been a good parent or not. It's based on their maturity level, what they understand what that role is. That's it. So watching these people in wrestling, that's what it is. The people who own these pieces of memorabilia, just owning the Iron Sheik boot. You bought a boot at a wrestler war? Why? Because they respected that man, what he did, in the history that came along with that boot. That's why they were willing to put up their own money to own it, to keep it, to preserve it. So all these decades later, something that every other woman around them could have thought was a stupid goddamn hobby, somebody rolled up on them and understood that, hey, you nameless person, we know who you are now. We know that you might have this. You know what? We're making this museum. Would you like to donate it, or can we pay you money to put it in this museum? And because of the love of this dedicated fan, they are able to reclaim a piece of history and put it where everybody else can see it. For everybody else, all these new legions of fans can appreciate this. That's big. That's showing respect. That's showing a respect for history. That's showing a respect for men's accomplishments. It's showing respect to the person's name and who they were, even the person who collected it. That's major. Pun intended. In Magazine Dreams, that's the kind of shit that Killian wants. He wants to be remembered like that. He wants that kind of acknowledgement that his hard work and suffering does not go unnoticed. Because I do believe in every man there is a desire to leave his mark on the world. And aside from being able to do it in some kind of positive way, some of them will do it in some very negative ones then too. And this character goes down that dark road about, look, they're going to remember me for something. Flat out. You're going to remember me for something. If it's not what I want it to be, then it's going to be in infamy. It goes down them roads. It just is what it is. That is a real strong desire in men. You can't read history books and know, like, the Battle of Thermopylae, the 300, any of these wars that we've been in, and you know the names of people, Patton and stuff like that. You can't think of all of this stuff and not understand that these men was leaving their marks on legacy. They're leaving their legacy in history. And you know them, you study them because they left a mark on the world, good or bad. And all of it is worthy of being remembered, spoken about, analyzed. Military does it all the time. You a damn fool if you ain't studying tactics from way back when. If you don't study no Hannibal, you don't study Julius Caesar, you don't study Alexander the Great. You a fucking fool. You're a fool. You better study your military science, the evolution of these weapons. You better know that. Yeah, let the regular civilians think you an idiot, just baby killer. Yeah, whatever the fuck. They don't know. They don't know any better. But all the rest of the shit that we know for all these thousands of years on this planet, yeah, we study up, learn it, live it, love it. It's all important. So, in reference to the magazine Dreams, I can understand that desire in the main character of Killian. I can understand that desire. It's a desire that lives in me. And only problem is if you haven't done it while you're younger, in a sense, it can seem like you're always waiting on your moment. Like T.I. said, he told his kids, "You winner, he just ain't won yet." That's it. Just waiting on your moment. Just waiting on that moment. So I put the link in there. I have not gotten to watch Daredevil or Reacher yet because I have to record. When I watched Daredevil, I recorded. So I didn't watch it yet because I have not recorded. And honestly, Reacher is boring me a little bit. The episode before this last one, I wasn't that damn impressed with. Y'all heard me on here talking about it. I wasn't that damn impressed. So I wasn't rushing to watch the next episode. That's what you're earning. You're earning that. Daredevil, maybe the same thing. Maybe the same thing. What up, Dr. T? He said the Reacher finale was fire. Was it? I guess I'll see. I guess I'll see today. I had a chance to watch the shit. Daredevil, my boy FD Steven in Texas told me that the Daredevil episode was really good. And I had to tell him I haven't watched the shit yet. Did you watch Magazine Dreams? He hasn't watched it yet. I was like, okay, man, we tit for tat now, motherfucker. We are legitimately tit for tat. I ain't watched the thing that you watched. And you didn't watch the thing that I watched. So how are we having a conversation? Oh, the fight with Paulie? Yeah, you knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. You knew Colossus and Kratos was going to have to fight sooner or later. Come on, man. We knew it was coming. We're just waiting to see how it happened. Because Reacher already got humbled by Paulie a little bit. Paulie gave him that 5-finger discount. Bah! What? Dude, that guy looked like getting smacked like by Andre the Giant. Big thick ass hands. That ain't the slap contest. Break your damn neck. The episodes, I saw that Daredevil dropped a double episode. It's like, oh, that's 2 hours, so I got to watch a movie now. Holy shit, dude! I can't do that in the middle of the night. Maybe an episode I could stay up for that, but you have to remember when I'm watching them recording these for Patreon, the episode is an hour. I mean, I'm in for 2. I'm already in for 2 hours. Hours worth of watching. Probably 45 minutes worth of talking, and then another hour or 2 worth of editing if I try to edit it that night to edit out all my yawns and stuff like that. It's like a 2-3 hour ordeal already. You drop 2 episodes at the same time, man, go fuck yourself. I got other shit to do. YouTube is not my whole job. Fucking hell. I'm always multitasking, and I need to sleep somewhere in there. Well, Mr. Matt, he said, dope conversation on Dr. T's channel. Yeah, shout out to Dr. T for that. That was a good panel. I really enjoyed that conversation. And I told you, I was more interested because I wanted brothers to actually watch the movie and be able to talk about this shit. It does me no good for people to talk about things that they have not seen. It does me no good personally, because then I can't buy you. What are you talking about? Is it a script, or do you have some personal knowledge, some personal experience with this? So, being on a panel with 3 other brothers who all saw the movie and all had their feelings and their thoughts on it was actually really good. It was really good for me because, like I said, when I came out the movie, I wanted to talk about it with somebody, and nobody had fucking seen it. Damn, the fact that it's Jonathan Majors' movie that got put on the shelf for a year or 2 based on, running from a white woman. No brothers had seen that shit. I'm serious. I was like, wow. And Malika was talking about, he talked about on the stream, the share that I sent him from some brothers talking about it, the movie, after the fact, but talking about it, and they were talking about it in some laughable terms. Yeah. Because I guess it's just out there. Nobody's supposed to like Jonathan Majors anymore. If you feed into that idea that your acceptance of somebody and their work is all based on what is socially acceptable at that time, yeah. You feed into that, yeah. Look, I don't think Jonathan Majors beat up that little white bitch. I don't. I think the case was ridiculous. I said that from the beginning. It didn't make it any better when they started pulling out videos and stuff and showing this bitch out at the club, popping at letting another dude talk her up. Going back to their apartment and getting naked in the closet and possibly trying to self-delete herself. Leaving messages on his phone because she don't want the relationship to be over. The fact that he got convicted of anything is a travesty of justice to me. The fact that there are people out there that don't like him, so the fuck what? Who don't got somebody who don't like you? Look, I remember what Cat Williams said, man, and it was a funny joke, but it's a true statement. If you got one hater, you need 2 of them motherfuckers. If you got 2, you need 4. You know why? Hate, you need haters. That's their job. They prove to you that you're making progress. They prove to you that you are making progress in a direction that they cannot go in. That's why they hate your ass. Good, you need them. Use them as fuel. The stepping stones to bigger and better things. I didn't believe living on this planet that the goal was everybody was supposed to like you. I'm sorry, I'm a black man. I know people like me before I ever opened my mouth and had any interaction with them. They like me, dislike me on sight just because I existed. So I'm not looking for the kumbaya hug session from everybody. I'm not. I don't care. So the fact that this is a known celebrity in the news and something has happened, the only reason you care about him right now is because he was making waves in Hollywood really quickly. And they latched onto this story because he's supposed to be the biggest and best thing in Marvel right now. You know, sitting in that RDJ seat of somebody who's going to make a shitload of money out of that. Oh no, we couldn't. Oh, he date white women too. Oh my God. You know, I went to college with him and he was an asshole. Man, shut the hell up. You probably an asshole to somebody. Why do I care? Is it a popularity campaign? Man, shut the hell up. What does that have to do with the case? Well, you know, back in the day, I saw something that kind of looked like he could be. You know what? I saw a movie too. I saw a movie where he was big, buff, black, sweaty, and he was using his fist to beat the hell out of another black man. That just confirms every idea I've ever heard of a stereotype of a black man. Yeah, I believe he can kick somebody's ass. Shut up. Dumb shit. You actually seen a motherfucker do? Have you actually seen him smack that bitch up? Have you actually seen her show up to a hospital, file charges on him with the police about smacking her up some other time? No. So what the fuck are we talking about? Accusations. And two videos. One video of him stuffing this bitch back in the car. Another video of her chasing him down the street after the fact. That is not the behavior of an abused woman. Abused women run the other goddamn way. And what they don't do after being abused is show up at the bar popping at another dude. If you don't shut all the hell up bringing that shit up to me. That was the biggest public lynching of a career you have ever seen in recent history. It outshined Johnny Depp. You know why? Because it was a black man. Thankfully, in Johnny's situation, he had recorded evidence of the chick telling him that how she was going to ruin his ass and who was going to believe it and who wasn't. Because she had that much ego on her to say some shit like that. She know the climate. She can feel the weather. She know the environment. I traveled these grounds before. You know what? I can ruin your ass, Johnny. Nobody's going to believe you. Gaslighting that shit. Jonathan didn't have it. He had that black working against him. All that envy and jealousy and shit that was up there, like he about to be the biggest name in Marvel now. He ain't beating up that bitch. He looked like he could do it. So forgive me if I don't have no hatred for the brother. I don't. And no, I don't believe her. Aggravated. What was it? Aggravated harassment whatever the actual charge was. Get the fuck out of here. What kind of made up shit is that? It's like me getting running a red light ticket for riding a bicycle. Just because the cop wanted to give me a ticket for something. Get the fuck out of here. Dumb shit. And having to stand in the courtroom with a straight face and let the judge know, no, Your Honor, it was not a motorcycle. It was a mountain bike. What? That was the judge. What? Yeah. It's like, let's take a recess real quick so he can go back to his law books to figure out this dumb shit. Hopefully he went back there and made a call. Don't send another goddamn person down here for this. You're wasting the court's time. Get that officer on the phone so I can speak to them. Stupid shit. So I want to see Jonathan Majors win. More than win, I want to see his talent continue to be shared with people so you can see what acting actually fucking is. To go back to Anthony Mackie's point about how nowadays certain people didn't have nothing. And they just blew up to the biggest stars in the world all of a sudden. And some people he got to carry in movies. And people who understand what acting is knows when he's carrying motherfuckers who don't know their lines, ain't that good of an actor. And it ain't your movie, but you got to carry them acting wise, filling in the scenes, making it worth watching. Jonathan Majors is one of those actors that you want to watch. Like Dr. T and Malika will know. The scene we're talking about with Killian Maddox in a diner. In the diner. Why is it a powerful scene? Because he's playing into all those tropes. He knows the stereotypes that those characters in the scene think of him. He's calling it out. But if you take a step back from it and understand, if you were extra on the set that day, sitting in that diner scene and watching Jonathan Majors do all of that shit, you would have been scared. You're like, oh my God, dude, what the hell is going on? I believe him because that's all acting is, making you believe it. That's all wrestling is. Professional wrestling is making you believe it. I gotta tie that shit together? Yeah, because I'm not a dummy. You felt it. Like Mr. Mattis said. You felt it. And you understood what the character was going through, as well as understanding or having some understanding of what the actor was going through. That was a great scene. I laughed. Equal parts, a little unsettled, but happy. Yeah, get his ass. Because people's real comfortable ganging up on you to do some shit. But you catch their ass on a solo. Whole different vibe. Whole different vibe. The color drained from their face. And then in that moment, you meet the real them. And they can meet the real you. Completely different vibe. Completely. And so I was happy with that scene. I was laughing. I thought it was justified. And it was actually smart in that scene. Killian didn't actually do anything to the dude. He didn't hit him. He just talked to him. Just talked at him. Brought out his baser feelings. That he's just a scared white dude. That felt like he was really strong. To borrow a phrase from another movie that I love, in a line delivered by Vinnie Jones. You got your two buddies alongside of you like nuts, and you the dick. But now your little baby nuts are shrinking. Don't have them there now. Now what? Your ball shrunk. So as much as I enjoyed the movie, I will wait to see it again. I would buy it streaming or DVD when I see it come out to preserve it, to hold on to it so I could show it to somebody else later on. Because for me, it is a treasure and it should be held on to and carried forward in time so more people can see it. Like, I don't know, the original Blade movie, the original Crow. You know, back in the days where people, when movies and television shows and stuff like that had cult followings. What was the cult following? What was the meaning of that? Is that everybody didn't get it at the time. They didn't. But a small group of us did and really enjoyed that shit. And we held on to that and carried it forward and kept showing it to more people. To the point it became a cult classic. Because now everybody can say, oh, I saw it and I loved it. Good. Time caught up. The fan base caught up. Yeah, Malika, the first Highlander movie. Yes, Mr. Matt, Pitch Black. Yes. Yes and yes. The original Star Wars. Cult classics. Because you don't reach all these slow motherfuckers all the time. You don't. Sometimes you put something out there, it will find your audience. I've told Joe Herb this many a time about him and his books. Put your works out there so they can find their audience. Don't worry about how big it is initially. Just make sure you find your audience. As long as you find your audience and you put it out there for them, they will perpetuate it. Because you might drop dead tomorrow. But as long as the work is out there, they can go back and enjoy the work. If I drop dead tomorrow, there's at least 1,000 or so videos of me talking about comics and movies and shit and my personal opinions on politics, life, fatherhood, and all the rest of this shit on YouTube. Unless YouTube deletes it, which they could do that. But where it does live is in the minds of the people who have watched this shit. No, it might not have been 100K, 1,000 all at one time. No. But that's my audience. Those are the people I speak to. Maybe it's on them to perpetuate that shit. If you think it's valuable. Yeah, find your tribe or your tribe will find you. You find your tribe. You find your customers by opening a store. You'll never find them about saying there ain't no customers out there, never opening a store and selling your wares. Never. You have to take the step to put yourself fucking out there and you will find your tribe. I'm a wrestling fan. Not because Vince McMahon decided, no, this territory system was just the way it should be. You know, we can keep wrestling in gyms and shit like that. Don't worry about this new thing at cable or anything like that is coming up. Yeah, whatever. Let's just keep doing shit the same way we've been doing it. You wouldn't have a wrestling fan now. Because I'd have never seen a WWF. WCW, NWA, none of that shit. Never. You would have never had somebody like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Because nobody was watching that shit to those numbers. You have to put yourself out there to either do something to be remembered or do something to be to live in infamy. Created and they will come. Yes. Facts. When I'm done with this story, I'm taking your advice and putting it in one of those tip jars. That's the worst that could happen, right? At this point, Herb, as long as you've been doing your own stuff, you should be publishing your own shit. The only thing that hangs you up in publishing your own stuff is you primarily, to me, it's just brother to brother, friend to friend, right? You primarily draw Marvel stuff. Draw your own fucking characters. Fuck them. Fuck them. Look, you and me both love Blue Marvel, the character, right? You both love Blue Marvel, the character. Appreciate Kevin Gruvos for creating that character. Why did Kevin Gruvos even create that damn character? Because one didn't exist in Marvel. It didn't exist. He made it. Since he had enough celebrity from writing the underworld movies and stuff like that and not being a fucking dummy, they allowed him to make a character and put it into their universe. It is one of the strongest characters in that universe. That's why I don't always get into this conversation about, the Century, the Century, nothing. Well, the Blue Marvel, fuck the Century. Another Superman knockoff. Century, Hyperion. Get the fuck out of here, dude. The same character. You just keep trying to find one to be a little bit better. And neither one of those characters are actually really smart. You get that, right? One of them is outright crazy, but he's going to be in a movie because we need to see mental illness again, to see a superpowered mental child again. The other one can just be a flat out killer. Yeah, because we need that one too. But the one who is actually a military veteran, saved the world countless times by himself, super powerful with an inexhaustible source of power, and has intelligence to match or rival the smartest minds in the Marvel universe, even though they want to throw Moon Girl up there. You ain't gonna see his ass for a while until they figure out how to depower him or fuck him up. Make him gay, give him cornrows, some shit. Do your own characters. They don't exist, make them. You got the skills to draw, you got the skills to write. Do your own characters. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck Marvel. They want to burn down their own house. Look, man. You don't have to give them a bucket of water. I love those characters like you do. But you know what? Love your own characters more. Because my love for Marvel and DC characters and Image characters in some ways is not being respected. My love for Star Wars ain't being respected by the people who own fucking Star Wars. They can give a fuck what a dude like me got to say. Because I don't agree with them and what they're doing. Cool. Burn it the fuck down. You can own a zero too. You can. You can own a zero. You can hold that L. I'll just remember the stuff that I enjoyed. And when I talk to people, I'll remind them about the shit that came before you ever touched it. And those things to enjoy and go back and read and go back and watch and appreciate. And let this shit die on the vine because it's rotten to the core. What up, package man? Buster him when he battles Squirrel Girl for some reason. Yeah, they depower him, man. They mort his ass out every once in a while in comics. They do. He is too good of a character. He is. He's too good of a character. If you like buying comics, you all into Invincible and shit like that. Go back and watch or not watch, read the comic for Blue Marvel. What is it? Adam or something like that. Go back and read it. Ron from Comics Explained has broken it down many a time. And it's because he broke it down, I really understood about the character. A lot more about it than I looked into it. Holy shit. This is an awesome fucking character. That's a black man using his intelligence to put something out there in the world. To be a character on that pinnacle. At that rate, you got two of them. You got Blue Marvel and you got Icon. Why is both of those characters sitting on the bench? Ask yourself that question. Why are both of those characters sitting on the bench? Or depowered? You don't know how to write them. Bullshit. You don't want to have to write them. Yeah, smart, powerful, stable, courageous, heterosexual black males are a sin in the media in real life. Yeah. Blue Marvel accounts for all of that shit. All of it. You know, he don't have no mental quirk. He was out there doing saving the planet and stuff like that till they realized he was actually black. And then they couldn't have that motherfucker out there like, I don't know. He could side with these people who, segregationists and shit. I don't know. This is pro-black stuff is out there right now. We can't have him trying to turn against the government. Oh, hell no. Tell him to step down and give him a white woman. Give him 40 acres and call her a mule. And pacify his ass. Or send him on that dummy mission to see if maybe this could kill him. But no, I'm supposed to be overly focused on the blonde, blue-eyed white boy who goes crazy. And if he goes too crazy, and his other personality can come out of him and kill everybody. I remember when they introduced the Sentry, when they made up that character and introduced him. And the only way they got over with introducing that character was try to say it was some old, forgotten Stan Lee, Jack Kirby creation. Fuck off. Now everybody raves about him. Oh, the Sentry. Oh, the Sentry. You got three of these motherfuckers at the same time. At the same time. You got three of them at the same time. Hyperion, Sentry, and Thor. Three of them at the same time in the same place, sitting on the same tier. And I'm supposed to be excited about these motherfuckers. And then one black dude that can beat him. You don't hear shit about him. Yeah, it's all super conservative. Oh, yeah, they don't want that. Conservative Republican? Oh, hell no. Don't think teenage girls should be single mamas? Oh, my God. How dare you take away our birthright? A man like Connor, who's been around since the time of antebellum slavery and has diplomatic immunity and cannot be arrested by the Green Lantern Corps. They could try it. I don't think it'll work. And Superman could buck up too. I think he'd get that work. Kane Cage is a courageous heterosexual black man, yes. And it is your own character. You created, you poured life into. Like I said, look, there was a point in time that I really made a universe of characters that I wanted to be published by Milestone Comics. So much so I wrote a letter because I just wanted them to live somewhere. The time that I did that, which was like 91, 92. If I had more of the wherewithal, I would have did it myself. Because that's what I should have done. If there was some mentorship, some tutelage there, I should have did it myself. Because living up here and on the paper that I've drawn them on doesn't get it out to my audience. Doesn't find the people it should find. Get it, Herb? I'm a Gen Xer. I'm a crash test dummy for a lot of things. A lot of things in society. Which means when I'm telling you shit, I'm telling you this because I'm speaking from some experience of what happens if it doesn't go that way. And I don't want you here. I'm not a female. I'm not looking for company in misery. I'm strong enough to stay here by myself if that's where I'm going to be. Don't you bring your ass down here. I'm not going to let you come down here. Like that dude on the street. Yeah, he doing wrong, but he sees something in you. It's like, man, why are you out here? Oh, no, man, I just want to be down. Nigga, does this look fun? This looks fun to you? No, you got something going on with the books in that school? You need to stay into that. I catch your ass out here again, I'll fuck you up. Oh, come on, man. Nah, man. Nah. You might have a future. You should go pursue that. But I know where I'm going. And I don't need company. That's why I push you, Herb. That's why. Yeah, Century is a yawn. He is a yawn. Because he's just OP for the sake of writing something OP. So you don't hear me giving him a lot of love. Do I know who the character is? Yes. Do I understand how the character works? Yes. So the fuck what? What makes him different than Moon Knight? He got a cape on. He got a yellow glow around him like Superman. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Look, I'd rather see the Sentry go up against Apollo. Because when Apollo beat the Sentry's ass, he'd probably fuck him afterwards. Literally. This is what they want to do anyway. I don't have any use for a super powerful, crazy person. None. That sounds like a problem. Sounds like a problem. That's next to the anime trope of a super powerful child. Malicious little bastard. With no control. That's a problem. That's a villain. That's not the hero. Sorry. You can't control yourself? We already got a Hulk. Don't need your ass too. And in the wrestling tradition, they have done many a stories to try to get the Century over. to validate his existence and prove that he is so big and bad. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, Malika. It does. It's a birth of a nation, but not the one that they appreciate. Not the one they want to live in. Couldn't be. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, link is in the chat. What else do I have on that? And yes, I did call her a mule, Mr. Matt. Yeah, it's 40 acres and a mule. Yeah, she is. Because she carried the water for these motherfuckers. And help carry out their plans for her benefit. Let's not forget the highly powerful emotional feminist. Look, that's what they turned that fucking character into. It's not what that character was, but it is what they tried to turn that character into. I was listening to Rob recently, and he was talking about something going on in the comics and how everybody was coming to Captain Marvel to ask her what she thought. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. She in charge of some Avengers now? Oh, God, dude. Y'all just making me hate this character. I never was upset with the character, never disliked the character, but the shit that they have done with this character in the last 10 years is just really making me hate this motherfucker. Really making me hate it. Like, no, she's not the leader. Mm-mm. And no, she doesn't always need to be up there. There are other more powerful characters. So, Malika, I would ask, highly powerful, flying, emotional feminist. Yeah, we need that shit. With the boy cut and punching people in the face. Yeah, that's a vision. Gonna get their respect now. But try to be twice the man you are already. Anyway. Like, share, subscribe, support stream if you feel so inclined. What else do I got? I haven't even opened my book yet. You realize that? I have not even opened the show book. Let's see what else I wrote down in here. Which I didn't write anything. Why don't we ask Rogue's opinion instead? Yeah, why don't you ask Rogue what she thinks? Yeah, why don't we ask Rogue what she thinks? So, Carol Daniels equals AC. AOC. So, in other news, in current day news, I heard some things that I figured I should actually speak about. I didn't overly go into the stories. Like I said, I heard about it. I didn't read a story about it yet. But there's some news out there that would be relevant to geeks. And one of them is this news on this Blade movie being canceled. Rumors that is scrapped or whatever, right? I hate reporting rumors. I do not like repeating rumors. It's good for clickbait. It is not, it may not hold up over time. It may not. That's just the nature of fucking rumors. And my thing of it is this with rumors. Being a black man, a rumor can destroy your whole reputation. And it doesn't have to have any truth in it whatsoever. So I personally would not appreciate somebody believing a rumor that they heard about me. So I don't like listening to rumors. I don't. Yeah, I hear them, but I don't try to perpetuate them because I know that's how that shit can work. First person repeating a rumor could be the same one crying about it if somebody perpetuated a rumor about their shit. Oh, it's not right. It's unfair. Yeah, well, people have to listen to rumors. I don't. So, I bring this one up without all these goddamn. Let's see. Let's see if we can do a little presentation. Excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to burp on the microphone. I just have. There we go. Why is everything dragging? When Charles A. Carol Danvers is a C-list superhero with great stories. No great stories, nor character development. It's supposed to lead a premier team. Hell no. Who's her main villain? Besides masculinity. Who's her main villain? In some ways, if you don't have a notable main villain, you probably shouldn't be leading a goddamn team because that means your character is not developed in any way. When you say Superman, you say Lex Luthor. When you say Batman, you think the Joker. When you say Spider-Man, you think the Green Goblin. When I say Carol Danvers, you think who? Exactly. Exactly my fucking point. No notable solo villain. None. Let's make it any wave to anywhere else. Not just in her comic, anywhere in the Marvel landscape. Even Doctor Doom makes waves for everybody in Marvel. He's a Reed Richard villain, but everybody got beef. Everybody can get it in the MCU. They all know who Doctor Doom is. Carol Danvers? Who? The Kree? Shut the fuck up. Nobody. And I'm not saying that because I hate Carol Danvers, the character. I don't. I like the character fine. I just know in certain positions this character shouldn't be. A great hero must always have an equally great villain. Exactly. She don't. Which means she probably ain't a great character. And that's okay. She doesn't have to be a great character. Comic books is filled with a lot of characters. Some of them are not so great. But they can still get some love because fans like seeing them. But they don't get up to, hey, I can take on Thanos. Oh, the hell you can't. No, that's not your role. You can be on the squad that tries to take on Thanos. But you personally are not taking on Thanos. You can get your little arms ripped off. You ain't mouthing off to the Hulk. When I say Hulk, you think Abomination, right? Okay. Just checking. Do that with any superhero character that you like, male or female. Just do that. Then you start realizing who is a main lead character with development and who is just a person on the team filling it out. Because you could say this, right? This would be fun to do it this way. You could say the X-Men as a whole, and you immediately think Magneto, Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, a bunch of people, right? But if you take Wolverine out of that shit, you automatically start saying Sabretooth, um, Lady Deathstrike, some other characters, right? Do that with any one of the X-Men. You'll understand who's just on a team and what character actually has some development. Even Storm got the Shadow King. Even Storm got the Shadow King. Do it. Wonder Woman and Cheetah, right? Wonder Woman and Ares. The god of war. Don't. Superman got a bunch of them. He got a whole squad of known villains. That's a problem for anybody. Lex is even a problem for Bruce Wayne. He don't even live in Gotham. Captain Marvel? If I told you about the one clone of her, or that's kind of like her, what's her name? Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah, Flash, Reverse Flash. Yeah, see? And here's a geek showed up. He knows Moonstone and Young Rog. Yeah. That's it. Who else? I'm going deaf from the silence. Yeah. Flash, Reverse Flash, Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Weather Master, Green Lantern, Sinestro. Like, it's a fun game to play. It's a fun game to play. If I say Spawn, you already know Clown and Malbosia. Overkill. Billy Kincaid. Bunch of God. Like, bruh. These are how you figure out who are well-developed characters and who are not. Who are forced into positions and who you don't. Moon Girl. You even know who the fuck she is. Riri Williams. Here's one that'll fuck with the Captain America lovers. Winter Soldier. Some fucking also rans. Come on, man. Nick Fury. Hydra, Serpent Society. I mean, it's a fun game to play, especially if you read comics from different studios, right? Or different production companies. You go through your DC, you go through your Image, you go through your Marvel, you can go through your Valiant and shit like that. The comics that you've read. That's how you find out who the main characters are. And who are the add-ons, the also rans. Yeah, yeah, even Elektra got the hand. Daredevil? Bullseye, Elektra, Kingpin? The hand? Just saying. That's why I think every character don't need its own movie. They don't. Now, in what we're talking about, oh, we need one shot for this. Let's get a one shot for this. Come closer. The Century. Oh, himself? Oh, just himself, right? Interesting. Anyway, in other news, let's see which one is big enough for you guys to see. So this rumor is out there about, and I don't like doing this. I really don't. I don't like responding to actual rumors, but I had some thoughts on it, hearing about it. So this is a article. There are many like it, but this one is the one I pulled up. It is from Superhero Hype, written by Anthony Nash. I don't know shit about Anthony Nash, but since they got a hyperlink, let's see what Anthony Nash looks like real quick. Jesus. He's on Twitter @_ Anthony Nash. He says he's been writing about this for a decade. From this picture, it looks like he's been writing about this stuff since he was 10. Just saying, I'm not putting his face on the fucking screen. We ain't gonna summer jam his ass up. But okay, I'm just credibility is shaky right now, bro. I don't think you old enough to have this conversation. I'm sorry, that's just me. That's just a picture could tell. Do you think it was a good idea for Marvel to release a cast list for Doomsday before the release of the Thunderbolts movie? Yeah, this is the point y'all can start throwing in some questions. Please do. Super chat them or something. Support the stream in some kind of way. And donate a like because it's free. It don't cost you shit. What up, War Ready? Yes, I do. But I understand why they did it, because they're trying to build a groundswell of interest for this movie after they've gone away from the Kang Dynasty. They're trying to make people want to come out to see this shit, because apparently they're throwing all their eggs and somebody else's in this basket. I don't need to know everybody who's in it. I could have figured that shit out for myself. Which somebody pointed out that was reviewing it. You kind of ruin the ending of these movies you got coming out later, because now we know who survives. Did it take a rocket scientist to understand that they were going to bring Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen back? No. You know why? Because it's all about introducing the X-Men now, right? Well, who were the first ones? So yeah, you think them two old bastards don't want to cash a check? They don't want to catch a Marvel check? Shut the hell up. You already bent over your own desk, letting Robert Downey Jr. have his way with you to get there. Yeah, look, they trying anything they can to get people to come out to see this shit. And they're not convincing anybody because there's too much of a stink on the shit you've been doing. You fucked up that Cat 4 movie. Daredevil was a bit shaky. What you got coming out next? The Thunderbolts might be good, might not be. Most people don't know what to expect, and that's why they keep trying to hype it off of the Century. They already ruined the reveal of who the fuck Bob was by putting the Century in the trailer. You didn't need that. Who does this? You gave away a plot point for people who don't read fucking comics. What an idiot. But you're so scared that ain't nobody gonna come out and see it. You're just showing them everything. You're just pulling up your skirt and pulling down your panties. Look, let them pay for the ticket first. Get them to pay for the ticket first. Then surprise them. And if you wasn't so busy trying to rush it, You could sit there for 5 minutes and wait to see what it does in the theater. And if the word of mouth is strong enough to get people to go back to see it repeat times, it's like, oh my God, the Century was in it. What? I didn't think they'd ever put him in a movie. Let me go see it too. No, you don't want to wait for that. You them pacing in front of the microwave for popcorn ass motherfuckers. Everything needs to be right this moment. I don't know. They might not see it if I don't show them everything I got. Neurotic ass kid. So no, I do think it was a bad idea. I didn't need to know. I could have figured that out for myself. I knew RDJ was in it. I know he getting the biggest part of the pot next to the Russos. So what? I'm a fan. I was going to show up to the movie anyway. Announcing all those people didn't make me show up any sooner. You still ain't filmed a damn thing yet. Ooh, I'm not hyped about Dr. Doom being Robert Downey Jr. I'm not hyped about that still. So announcing all the rest of these people ain't tipping the scales any kind of way for me. Nothing. You still getting them. You on some bullshit. And you still ain't giving me what the hell I say I want. Jonathan Major's back. I see you in the back. Lame Beast. What's good with you, Beastie?
No.
You know, it's a early Sunday.
Yeah. Here's my problem with them releasing the cast. I hope you don't do what you've been doing is show like they did in Doctor Strange. Show these characters for a hot second, only to kill them off in the next. Because that's my biggest concern.
Of course you will. Of course they will. Of course they will.
Like, don't bring back James Madison as Cyclops only to kill this man off. I said I've already had to watch him get killed off in the movie. Why do I need to pay to watch him get killed off again?
Yeah. Well, like we do up here, original thoughts only. But yeah, look, them showing that all those original X-Men from the Fox movies are here. You'll know they're only going to be here for one movie. Those actors are not staying around. So you are going to see them get killed off. They either getting killed off or their universe is getting closed off. Okay? Because Doomsday goes into Secret Wars. They're not staying. Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, James Marsden, Rebecca Romijn, even though she still look good, they're not staying. They're not. They're older actors who played this character first. This is about New Blood time. This is about the handoff. This is about you running the relay race and you passing the baton. That's it. You want to impress me to think that something's going to be here later on? You didn't see them announce James McAvoy. You didn't see them announce Michael Fassbender. Did they? No. Which was the last versions of those characters that could be around a little longer because they're younger.
They right in that age range.
You pulled out the old guys. So they're going to die again. They're not staying. Just like Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. He's not staying. That's why it makes no sense to me to pay him that much goddamn money. You fucking up the budget of the movie. He's not staying. You know that, right? He got 1 to 2 movies and he out with a bag. Russos are not staying. You got 1 to 2 movies so they can try to do Infinity War and Endgame all over again for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they came back to be the one-trick pony? Because mind you, I've been watching the shit that they've been doing since they left Marvel. It ain't been that damn good. As much as I like the Gray Man, it wasn't awesome. It still had Chris Evans in it. So I'm not plussed on any of this shit. None of this is seeming like, yep, that's gonna work. No. I thought it was embarrassingly, please listen to my demo ass shit, releasing the video with all them damn chairs for every 10 minutes. Who sat there and watched that shit? Are you fucking kidding me? You are some window lickers. Shout out, I think that was Nerd Erotics line. That made me laugh hard as fuck. Window
But
lickers.
yeah, I
That's
think
better than saying short buzz, bro.
yeah, that's 5 hours. I was like, you needed 5 hours for this shit.
You don't need 5 hours for that shit. You know why? If you sat there for 5 hours and watched that shit like a dumbass, that's exactly what the hell you are. You know why? Because you could have showed up in minute 58, 4 hours and 58 minutes, and saw the whole thing. If you sat there for 5 hours watching them reveal chairs, you need a goddamn life. I had shit to do. None of that was surprising or shocking. The cast of the Thunderbolts, the cast of the Fantastic Four, Robert Downey Jr., some of the recent Avengers that you've seen in movies, and then the Fox folks. Wow, I never expected that. 5 hours, man. Fuck you. I got other things to do. I have other things to do. Whose idea
The
was that?
question, and the problem I have is like, there's no real build up. Like, what story are we trying to tell here?
Exactly. There is
Because
no.
what like somebody pointed out before, and I kind of said the same thing. What got us to see the Avengers Infinity War, there was a build up to that. Everything you had Thanos lurking in the background within every other Marvel movie for the past 10 years or so. So what is the build up to this? You didn't really do a good job utilizing Kang. You only used them in two areas, the Loki show, and you used them in the Ant-Man movie. You didn't use them in other areas the same way you kind of did with the Infinity Stones and Thanos.
And defeated them both times.
Yep.
Except in the Loki show, you didn't necessarily, well, aside from He Who Remains, who was actually killed by the feminist. Feminism killed him, right? And then he had to be found guilty of hurting a white woman.
Ironically, it was a white woman too.
Right? Irony. The irony in this shit is amazing, right? It's just astounding. Couldn't have wrote that better in Hollywood. You defeated him both times. The chance that you might have to be that he comes back in force, you thrown away now. None of this stuff had any buildup going anywhere outside of maybe these rings are related to something over here with Kamala and some other stuff. It's desperate lines because you had people just going off, willy-nilly doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. It didn't seem like they had any cohesion whatsoever. Even when there was just Kang involved, it didn't seem like it was any through line, no real understanding of where the hell we're going. So throwing that all away, okay. So the little bit of road work you did, you just thrown away too. Now you don't have anything. I heard them dudes talking about that yesterday on their stream, talking about there's no build up for this movie. I heard them. That was the white boys were saying. Yeah, there isn't. Common sense. What's the story we're going to get in Doomsday? Well, if you just want to show me all the cast members, that means you don't even know what the fucking story is either. You just throwing every name you can in there into the pot so somebody will come look at this.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it for me, dude. You keep making one questionable move after the other. And it started with saying Robert Downey Jr. was coming back as Dr. Doom. Don't think people have forgot that shit. I like Robert Downey Jr., but I don't want him as Dr. Doom. I've said that from the jump. That was desperate. And that was dumb. It's like a thirsty Thursday. Hey, big head, you want to come back through and see what I got? Fuck you.
They're trying to rush the process again. And it's like, no, don't rush the process. We didn't need a big super bad right now. You needed to rebuild the universe since a lot of your big hitters are gone.
And they don't think they have time to do that shit. So that's why they're giving you all the cash and prizes up front. I'm not worried about who I didn't hear announced. Why? Because I know there's another movie and those people are going to be in it, obviously. Because all these people ain't going to hang around. We were just marveling last week about how good the Firefly show was with telling compelling stories and backstories on 9 characters. How amazing that was. They just announced 20 characters in one fucking movie.
With more to come.
With more to come. You think that's going to work? They didn't tell you that many people was going to be in Endgame or Infinity War, did they? They didn't tell you all that shit up front. Why are they doing it now? Same guys, right? Why are they doing it now? Because they understand the audience for this shit is soft as baby shit. Not feeling it, not up to it, and they're trying to do anything they can to get you excited to run out there and see this shit. I'm going to see the movie regardless. Regardless, I will be there opening night to watch this fucking movie. So you're not selling it to me. The regular moviegoer, why don't you film something first, put out a trailer, and then you'll understand who's excited for this shit. But all this preamble, I'm too old to get excited for this shit. No. Call it Marvel ED or some shit like that. I am not excited. I've seen this before. I've seen it before. It's not exciting to me like that anymore. You're gonna have to do something more. Find another girl or something. I don't know. So it's not blowing my cape up at all. It's not. And they're not convincing me that it's going to be awesome either. Because the cast lists don't impress me at all. So what? I could have found that out from watching the movie. Now, when Xavier, OG Magneto, Cyclops shows up on the screen, it'll be nothing. I won't be impressed. I won't be surprised. You just ruined it for me. Thanks for the spoiler. You know how I love those.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be like watching Deadpool and Wolverine and Chris Evans showing up and you think he's going to be Captain America and he turned into the Human Torch. Like, oh my God, that's so fun. It won't be like Wesley Snipes rolling out onto the screen as Blade. Like, I didn't know he was in this shit. Jennifer Garner rolling out as Elektra. Like, oh my God. Channing Tatum showing up as Gambit. Like, what the hell are they doing? It won't be that moment at all. You know why? I already heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't even filmed anything. You haven't filmed shit but chairs. Now I already know Channing Tatum's Gambit is coming back, which I would have taken as a surprise. I know you got the OG X-Men showing up, aside from Halle Berry, which could have been a big surprise. You've ruined the whole surprise factor for this shit. So what am I looking forward to seeing on the screen now?
You know, I was thinking
everything. The story?
They can learn
you don't have a story.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have one. Fucking hell, dude.
They can learn a lot from James Cameron. I'm sorry. You know, when he put out that first Avatar movie, you didn't know shit about the movie.
They can learn a lot from the Wachowski girls. They put out a movie. You didn't know what the fuck was happening in that movie. You didn't get a cast list ahead of time. You didn't really know what the movie was about. Like, what the hell is going on in this shit? How did he jump like that? That's Lawrence Fishburne. That's Keanu. Keanu do comedy and action. What the hell is this movie? Turned into one of the biggest things Warner Brothers has. Franchise they'll give up their left nut to put out another movie for. Trailer didn't tell you that. And you didn't get all the pump up and everything ahead of time. These comic book movies, they keep fucking it up doing that. I don't need to know. I know a lot of people, there's a whole industry around spoofing or scooping, leaks, rumors, all that shit. I know. It's a huge industry around all of that shit. Yeah. These are children who can't wait for anything. I like to open my presents at Christmas. I don't need to 2 weeks ahead of time be ripping open the paper to look in there and see what it is. I'm good. If I know what's coming, then I can wait for it. I'm patient. Modern audiences are not patient. Well, so the fuck what? That's their problem. World does not move quicker for them. Life does not move quicker for them. Yeah, you gonna have to teach their ass. You got a kid that's not patient. You don't play into the kid not being patient. You teach that motherfucker how to have some. You build up that expectation, like somebody promising you a piece. You don't just take it from her. No, you wait.
Like,
or you move on.
Like M. Night Shyamalan, what did he teach his audience that watches movies? You knew it was going to be a freaking plot twist somewhere along in the story.
And where did he learn that from? Alfred Hitchcock.
Mm-hmm.
No, fucking stupid. That's what I said about Captain America 4. The whole trailer was the end of the movie. Pretty much. Marvel is terrible at that nowadays with these fucking trailers, dude. They just ruined the whole damn movie. If you didn't know who Bob was from the first trailer, wouldn't you be interested, if you didn't know anything about the rest of them characters, be interested to see who the hell Bob was in the movie? So why the fuck would a major reveal that you have for the movie come out in the trailer? They do this shit every fucking time, dude. I don't know how these people still have a fucking job. Probably because they can diffuse the excuses on everything else. It's the fan base, it's this, it's the retailer, it's the people who selling the tie-in toys. It's not their fault. It's your fucking fault. You ruin this shit yourself. And you get the returns you get because you ruined it yourself. I know who the character is. I didn't need you to tell me in the trailer. That's why I haven't watched that fucking trailer. That's why. I don't want to know what he looked like. I don't want to know how they did it. Look, can I watch the movie or do I just need to watch the trailers and pass on the movie? Fuck, it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
This is consistent spoiler, secret telling, and no foreplay. Yeah, no foreplay at all, man. No lead up at all. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? We gonna fuck or not? Nigga! Can't you talk it up a little bit? That's how you dress it up. Listen to the music now. There's no foreplay in the music.
Look, that's kind of like was Ryan Coogler's new movie that he coming with, The Sinners.
Oh my God, Sinners got me on the edge of my seat. Even seeing what I saw, I don't know what the damn story is. Okay, there's vampires in the shit. Okay, they look like it's some Dusk Till Dawn shit happening. In the last trailer I saw, like they stuck in the juke joint with the clan pyres outside, bruh. Haley Seinfeld looking like a vampire little slinky chick. I'm like, dude, that's kind of hot to me for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm down for watching that.
Mm-hmm.
From the first trailer, saw the second one. It still doesn't look like it's giving away the whole damn movie, even though
you're seeing the same shots.
Marvel's people, yeah,
you're seeing the same shots, just shot differently with different angles.
You see some of the same shots. So you tell me this young director understands how to tease people in the trailer? Even Ryan Reynolds know how to tease you in the trailer. You didn't see everything in the damn movie. So why can't I see that there are people who understand this and then the major studio don't get it? The seasoned directors with wins under their belt dropping trowel and showing you everything and telling you, you can get it from the back if you want to. Like, goddamn, everybody can see this now. It ain't special. You're probably gonna fuck it up. Yeah. I don't know of a surer sign that it's probably gonna be fucked up than that. You showing me everything up front. I haven't even bought a ticket yet. You ain't filmed a damn thing yet.
In production.
It ain't even started. So what am I showing up for? What am I showing up for? To see what didn't make it into the trailer? Or how much of the trailer is actually the movie? I don't care. I still find myself not caring. It's not because I hate Marvel characters or the MCU at all. I just find myself not caring. Uh-oh, what's that call?
Mm-hmm.
That's that call. One second. One second, recorded live. Go ahead and talk, Beast.
Yes, we'll do. Bree just read the chat. That is true. They most likely are chasing a headline because, and this is the problem when you have people that are not fans of this stuff. They just want the ratings and the and the what's it? How do you say the recognition of being part of a Marvel movie? Yeah, I have a problem with that because you're not telling anybody nothing. Like I just said, whoop, disrupt them. Like I said, it was no build up to this. You didn't really have. You know what? To be honest, it's like Star Wars. When you think about it, it's like Star Wars. When how we ended up getting Palpatine in the Rise of Skywalker because they didn't have no freaking plan. There's no plan. They're using the names and recognition of the actors, and in a lot of ways, it's kind of already been said. In a lot of ways, they're trying to do the Ryan Reynolds because Ryan Reynolds brung these characters, some of these characters that we're all familiar with, back, and it hyped the movie up even more once it came out, and people went to go see it just to see some of their favorite old characters that kind of got the Marvel thing started. And so, because that happened, they think, oh, well, this is what fans want. No, we actually kind of want a story. Now, the casual fans that don't know nothing, they might like that. But then again, even with this cast reveal, you got a bunch of people that, unless you was pre MCU, most people, most of the younger cats are not gonna know who James Martison is or Rebecca Momain or Alan Cumming unless they had family members that were showing them the early X-Men films. And then you have the Fantastic Four, which hasn't came out yet, as well as the Thunderbolts. Who like even though I saw the trailers for both of those movies, I even had to go look up. Well, who is William White? I had to go back and look those things up because, and especially since U.S. Agent is from the Winter Soldier show and Falcon and Winter Soldier show. Not a lot of people are watching the shows, so it's just like when um Doctor Strange came out. Nobody who didn't watch WandaVision knew that Wanda had kind of made that turn, had made the heel turn. And I had to even explain this to people that I know. It was like, well, why is she the bad? I said, well, did you watch the show? I mean, did you watch WandaVision? Well, no. I said, well, there's the problem right there. So most people, they don't know most of these people in this movie. So what was the point of doing this? I said, your Fantastic Four movie hasn't even came out. It could be a dud again, and they've already struggled with the Fantastic Four.
More than likely,
Nobody's
it's gonna be a dud.
nobody's seen the Thunderbolts yet. It could be a dud. Because I'm already not liking a lot of the cast in the Thunderbolts. I don't want to see freaking Ghost again. Why? That's not even a comic book accurate Ghost. That's not even a comic book accurate Taskmaster. One of my personal favorite villains that you'd have messed up by making them a freaking girl that's a freaking mind controlled by the Red Room. Why? I don't want to see that.
Why? He sound like Nancy Kerrigan. He got a shin beat up.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to see. Like, and then you bring in this, and then we know the Sentry is going to be in it. For what? First of all, I say that I don't fucking like the Sentry. I hate the Sentry because the Sentry's own enemy is his damn self. So what is the point of his existence in the comic books? To where you wipe his mind, so he can't even use his damn power. I said, well, he's a damn powerful character. What the hell is he for? Oh, I know. Let's beat up the Hulk in World War Hulk, and that was it. That's the only thing he's did that I can think of off the top was whoop Hulk's ass because he was the only one strong enough to do it.
He destroyed Asgard when it was down on Earth and went crazy. Look, the Void came out. So
Nothing heroic and didn't save the fucking day.
he wrecked all the rest of the Avengers. So I was thinking about this recently, how most of the Avengers can be easily beat anyway. You get that, right? Anybody's superpowered, like Thor could kill Captain America any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Hit him with that hammer and put his head through his asshole. Any day of the week. Iron Man can get wrecked any day of the week. If you super powered, you pull him out of that goddamn suit, or you squeeze it like you opening a can of whoop ass on him. And it's done, son. The most powerful characters in the Avengers aren't the mainstay Avengers. Black Widow can get killed with a stray bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye can get killed with the same bullet or one of his goddamn arrows. Because I can't think of a time where you have seen somebody go up and Hawkeye shooting with arrows and he just grabbed a goddamn arrow and grab Hawkeye and say, you know what, I'm sick of you with this shit. Ah! Donezo. Ant-Man, he gonna shrink down. Well, he ain't gonna do nothing really villain. It's like, I don't know, shrinking down and jumping up your fucking nose and exploding in your brain. Enlarging inside your brain. You're not gonna do anything like that. So he either gonna get eaten or he gonna get the hell out of there. The Hulk is a problem for anybody. Unless catch that motherfucker when he in Banner mode and blow Banner's brains out from behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where he can't see you coming. So I was thinking about that. They put a lot of emphasis on these characters that they're so powerful and stuff like that, but really all of them ain't. They're not. A lot of them are not really super powerful. It's just a lot of them. Like ants. We build them up as being powerful. The X-Men, pretty powerful. A
Mhm.
lot of a lot of them. There's less of them, and more of them have universe shaking powers or world shaking powers.
Omega level and beyond Omega level threats.
Off top. Off top. And that's just like the blue team. like Jesus. So the reverence for the Avengers at sometimes seems a bit stilted. It's just because they're the older team. It's like the reverence for the Fantastic Four. You realize Fantastic Four ain't really all powerful. There's stronger people in the Marvel universe that ain't on that team. There are stronger brutes than the Thing. There's people who burn with hotter fire than Johnny Storm. They're usually mutants, but they do. Stretching is not really overly ability, but I don't know if you want to cut his fucking neck off. I wonder if Wolverine could actually hurt him, since he kind of like rubber. And Sue Storm, I told you, Sue Storm ain't nothing but a telekinetic, as far as I'm concerned. Jean Grey got that covered. Jean Grey, Psylocke, a bunch of other people on the mutant cast got that telekinetic shit covered. So what's the reverence? The reverence is for the nuclear family and being that first team. So when I look at the Fantastic Four movie coming out, it's going to do what it's going to do. I'm not expecting it to be a blockbuster. I'm not. And I won't be disappointed if it isn't. I won't. Thunderbolts? Well, at least we know that the Taskmaster is going away. The Tino, Taskmaster in name only, because that's what that motherfucker was. The costume looks dope. Yeah, I like the costume. That ain't the Taskmaster, though. And I'm hoping somebody heard my idea of having the real Tony Masters show up and blow her goddamn brains out. You ruin my name, just like they did with the Mandarin. After you screwed it up so badly in Iron Man 3, you had to reintroduce Wen Wu. Like, oh no, I'm the real Mandarin. Thank you. You Mandarin enough. Because, Trevor was not. No, that wasn't cool. What do you say? No, Wolverine can't unless he's not paying attention. I don't know. I think you could do something with you could do something to kill Reed. Otherwise, Reed is going to live a long time. Just saying. You're going to live a long time. Or until his heart goes out, because as far as I know, Reed is still human. So old age will find him eventually. Yeah, but an expanding invisible force field is what telekinetics is. Outside of moving stuff with your mind, if you see a telekinetic making a telekinetic shield, it's invisible. You can't see it.
Force field.
It's just a force field.
Invisible fields. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. Jean does it all the time. In fact, we watched that in the second X-Men movie doing it against Scott.
It's only visual to us because of the medium that it's in. It's in a comic book, so it has to be, you have to have a power signature, right? So you understand what's happening when it's being activated or not. But if you look at Justice on the New Warriors, he was a telekinetic who became an Avenger. That's what he does all the time. You can't see his force fields. You can't. The only thing he doesn't do is turn invisible. And that's all Invisible Woman does, in addition to what everybody else does. She just turns invisible. You just can't see her. So, who is she, John Cena? Sue Cena. Can't you see me, fool? Jesus. God damn with these. I forgot. I'm supposed to be updating the work order. Most telepaths shutting down the fucking Xavier could kill the Avengers team if he is feeling that kind of way. If you think Jean could do it, if Psylocke could do it if she felt like it, half the team would be dead right away on the Avengers squad. It wouldn't take one or two of them. Oh, fuck it. If he jumped in Cerebro, you could have their brain leaking out their nose. Just on a whim.
Shit, Mastermind can get them to take their own self out.
Bruh. You saw how when Onslaught wrecked shop, the Avengers was there and they couldn't do shit. Couldn't do shit. It took Dr. Doom and Franklin to show up and X-Man to try to help them out. It had shit to do with Onslaught.
Oh, and Franklin is a mutant too.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't mentioning him. Franklin is a mutant. You know, you get some irradiated sperm and some irradiated ovaries. You get some mutant babies. Yeah, that makes sense. That'd be like Spider-Man having a mutant kid. Like, yeah, no shit, bro. Because that radiation should have killed you, but it didn't. So your kid should have something. An extra eye, a spinner coming out his butt, something.
The X gene is officially activated.
Officially activated in this child. If your child ain't sticking to the walls, it better glow in the dark. That's just a given. Yeah, it's just a byproduct of telekinetics. That's what makes her invisible. That you can't see through her bubble. So if she wraps it around herself, you can't see her. It's light distortion. It's not that big of a deal. Right? Maybe back when he created the character, 40s, 50s or whatever, it was a big deal. You didn't actually have the terminology of how to describe it now. But it's 2025, motherfucker. This shit is really simple now. And Beastly, we playing rivals. It's really simple, nigga. She's just the telekinetic. She's just the telekinetic. It's cool. It's fine. But that's what really made me start really thinking about that shit. Like, these powers ain't really special. They're not. Outside of stretching, none of this shit is really special. There's other characters that do it and do it better. Just saying. So it's not that I just hate the characters, but I'm just looking at shit from further down the road of dealing with it nowadays, and just like, there's really nothing really special about them. So what am I going to the movies to see? The powers represented on screen, or the story of this family? Ugh. It's not that. No, and I don't like the way Ben Grimm looks. Sue me.
I don't like the fact that you told me goddamn Galactus is in the fucking movie.
I didn't need that told to me either. But the one thing they ain't showing is that Silver Surfer. So they're gonna hold out on that one for a while. I'm just waiting to see if she's gonna look like the traditional Silver Surfer and be just a silver chick with boobies hanging out there. But she's gonna be, Tilda Swinton chested, bare-board, and as flat as the surfboard she owns, standing up there. I'm just curious. Are we gonna get a feminine looking woman, or are we gonna get some boy body Zendaya type on a surfboard? Because I've seen female surfers and they never look like that. Female surfers don't look like that. Female surfers will end up looking like professional volleyball players, nigga. Shapely. So I'm just curious. And they hiding it, so they ain't proud of it. Because otherwise, they'd had that shit out there like they had Red Hulk out there.
Come on, they had to avert the male gaze somehow.
Studio, you ain't shit. Talking about they might get the trans surfer. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. She'll have a bulge. She'll have a bulge in her pants, but nothing up top. Flat chested with a short cut.
Refer to me as they, them. Cosmic purple hair.
power cosmic. Look at no one like, oh no. Hey man,
Look,
read
is
the
she gonna come
room.
with
Read the room. You know there's something wrong with the surfer dude. It's not that she's female. You just know there's something else wrong with the surfer. They have not pimped that out. That movie is coming out soon. They have not showed you one picture of that shit yet. And you seeing how they ruining everything for the Doomsday cast. This is really uncharacteristic of them, right? How they operate. They usually just show you everything, right? You saw the Red Hulk before you even saw the damn movie. Ruin that reveal too. You see a century before you even see the movie, ruining that reveal. But you ain't seen the Silver Surfer yet. But you did see Galactus. Why are you hiding that? Why are you hiding that? This is going to be some bullshit, is it? Really?
I just want to know, is she going to come with the power of one, a power of two, or a power of me?
Almost got me to spit my Pop Tart on the screen. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, that's going to be her chant to bring Galactus. I found the world for you, master. The power of one.
With the power of consuming this one planet, you can consume two. You can consume many.
Too many. The power of this one. The power of this two. You can consume the power of many. Yeah, Beastly on the board for not being shit.
Hey, look, that's what happens when you turn all these fucking franchises into jokes that had serious stories, compelling things, and influenced the generation of people. You made them into freaking jokes.
You made them jokes. And you've done it so much that we can make jokes like this and actually be plausible. That's why everybody's laughing. We know it's possible. Tinfoil DEI surfer, yes. It's gonna be a white woman, you know that. Because if they wanted to go full DEI, she'd be black and round, be fucking Lizzo standing on a surfboard with the power cosmic or hungry.
Well, Star Wars beat it to it already, so
yeah, beat it to it. That's
they beat Star Wars to it with the twerking shit.
Yeah, but that's a position of power. No, they got to put a white woman in that role. What are you talking about? That was traditionally a white-looking man. Norrin Radd was a white-looking man. And you know what they say. Male and pale is stale, right? So they got to go. Got to be a woman now. She got to have a power cosmic. She got to. Got to. You ain't sending that to no minorities. Oh, no. Understand what DEI is. That's white women getting in charge of shit. Sitting with the levers of power. And there ain't no greater power than the power cosmic. Power's in the name. Yeah, the power cosmic is female.
Oh, god damn.
And Malika is on the board. And Malika is on the ain't shit board.
Damn, now it's in my mind. You right. It is cosmic power.
The power cosmic is female.
Oh my god.
Body positive surfer. Yep.
It all fits.
Positivity surfer. Like you ever see something that big on a surfboard other than a whale or a shark? Like, come on, man.
Oh my.
The power cosmic in a pimp cup. Nope. The power cosmic is female.
It's female, man. They can walk around with cosmic is female type shirts and shit.
Mr. Matt, the Nuva ring of power. the Nuva rings of power.
Oh my god.
They are an adrenal glands triggered when the person is in a stressful situation. If you don't see the stressful situation coming, they can give his ass the Winston treatment in 1984. He in a happy moment. It's like, oh, this is awesome. Wow. You never knew. But that immortal Flipped all of that shit. So yeah, that cast of news. Thank you already because you sent us on a whole tangent about this dumb shit that Marvel is willing to do. Holy shit! Looking for the trans body positivity. Yep, trans body positivity surfer, feminist surfer, because she wants the power. The cosmic power cosmic is feminine, is female. The power cosmic is female with body positivity, averting the male gaze, which means she won't look like a female. She's gonna have to look like a young boy. It's gonna have to look like a young boy. So even the perverts can feel comfortable looking.
Oh God!
Look, don't blame me. This is your culture right now, or this is somebody's culture right now. They're trying to pimp on you and telling you if you say you don't like it, something's wrong with your ass. Like that is wrong though, right? Like, no, you can't say that. That's the hell I can. Because you don't want to hear it because you want to have a baby oil bathtub is your business. But that ain't okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the other point that I was getting to first before that one was this Blade movie cancellation. And let me just get this out and say it because I'm on the clock right now, so I will have to take off out of here in about 30 minutes. If the Blade movie is canceled, good. They should have canceled that shit a long time ago. By my count, it's been about 7 years, probably more.
2019. 2019 was announced.
If you can't pull a movie together then yeah, you should cancel it. Because I told you guys before, Mahershala Ali sticking with this movie that long and still wanting to be attached to it, you had this motherfucker sitting on the shelf for way too long. I don't know what the problem is with being able to make a damn movie. Somebody got background noise. I'm doing a show. Thank you. I don't know what the issue is with being able to write a movie for a black character, but what other than what I told you, that Marvel has a problem writing movies for black characters. Now, the news coming out now that the movie is going to be canceled, I told you I didn't want Captain America to be the test case for an excuse to start saying, well, you see, it didn't work, so we don't need to have these black characters out there in the lead role like that. And what have you heard after Captain America got shit on for 4 weeks straight? What'd you hear? Oh, the Blade movie is canceled. Excuses. It's excuse making. It's just to put those characters back on the back burner and sidekick them all over again. That's all. That's it. That's all. So that's what I see looking at this shit is that, okay, so they're going to pull it because Captain America didn't do good, even though they scuttled Captain America, as far as I'm concerned, because he didn't have his own story to tell. Not much of it. It was, heavy lifting for everything left behind that they still had to clean up. So scuttled that movie, killed it for Anthony Mackie, and now in the wake of that, you hear Blade is getting canceled too, even though they got an Oscar winner willing to play this lead role. They still can't write a script. It doesn't cover up the fact that they have not been able to get a script together for all these years to write a workable script for a Blade movie after all these years. You can't say that people ain't interested in the character because you just had Wesley roll out in Deadpool and Wolverine, and people love the hell out of that shit. So did you go back and start talking to Wesley? You showed Channing Tatum's chair. Does Wesley have a chair popping up? No? Then yeah, you might as well kill that Blade movie shit. You might as well.
Hell, look at the Marvel Rivals game. The people have been, Blade. Everybody excited for Blade. Everybody talking about Blade.
Last night. I turned it on last night, and I waited damn near 40 minutes for updates, and my update did not include a goddamn Blade. I'm like, so where's my Blade, man? I don't give a fuck about a Black Panther vampire costume. Where's Blade? Stop cock teasing me, motherfucker.
Well, here's the thing. How is the movie canceled? But then they just get Keanu Reeves, homeboy that directed the John Wick movies, to confirm as a new director. They just announced that like a few days ago. So it's like I'm trying to figure out when did they cancel this shit?
So this article just came out a day ago. I'll blow it up for the visually challenged in the group, which could be me. They talk about Chad Stasic has boarded the project that he's supposed to come on. It's not making any sense. That's why I don't like reporting rumors. If you report a rumor and it can be counteracted in the next 10 minutes, why are you even talking about it then? Well, it's from a reputable source. Who is a reputable rumor maker?
What the fuck does that mean?
It sounds like an oxymoron to me. Your rumors are the most accurate. Fuck.
Like reputable source. Who's your source? Name
that
it.
would make it a rumor, would it? That would make it inside information. So yeah, Chad Stasiak. Yeah, I can see him doing a good Blade movie. I can see him doing a good fight scene Blade movie. I could, because that's what he does. He's a stunt guy. He was Brandon Lee's stunt double in The Crow. Just saying. So yeah, I could buy him being able to do a movie with some good action scenes in it. That don't mean the script is going to be anywhere put together well, especially dealing with Marvel. But the action scenes should be fire. If you're going to get Mashallah Ali, I don't know how old Mashallah Ali is, if he's up around his 50s or not. But if you can get him into working with some fight coordinators and stuff like that, then it should be fire. Which is the only thing I was worried about for Mashallah Ali doing the role of Blade. Will he be able to be as physical as Wesley was?
He's 51.
He's 51, so he's the same age as me. You could be a little stiff in the hips. Y'all didn't like Anthony Mackie jumping around doing wire work, right? Anthony Mackie, 47. So you think the 51-year-old is moving better? We'll see. I'm not going to read all this because I don't have time. But according to the playlist, Rodrigo Perez, in a recent thread post on X, which is another thing that this is why I don't like reading shit like this. Somebody's fucking 150 characters worth of information. He has heard from trusted individuals the Blade movie is essentially nixed for now, but rumors of John Wick director Chad Stasiak has boarded the project. Perez says he has heard those rumors are incorrect and that all development is paused on the movie for the time being. Pause does not mean canceled. Pause means take it off the heat, put it on the back burner, and let it simmer, but we ain't cooking it. We ain't trying to cook it that fast anymore. Which makes sense. You shouldn't be rushing the Blade movie, even though it should be, you would think, simple enough to write. I say it should be more difficult because so much of the Blade, the cinematic Blade, is Wesley Snipes. You probably can't do it without Wesley Snipes. Just saying. It's his input that made the character what it is. You ain't going to pass off a facsimile of that and do it without him. You're missing that input. And you see, people really do want to see Wesley Snipes' Blade again. So the fact that they're saying that the Blade movie itself is paused, nixed, canceled, or whatever means it's just going to come back in another form. To me, it's like, okay, well, the Blade movie can be gone, but you can put a movie out called The Daywalker and it'd be good because it's not called Blade. It'd be a true statement. The thread goes on to mention that Mashallah Ali's Blade will still be introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe in either the still in development Midnight's. This is not the.
Did they say Sons?
Don't repeat that shit, Beasley. Don't repeat that shit. I'm gonna get triggered.
Why?
I'm gonna get triggered. But I've told y'all this shit before. This little statement right here This statement right here is so they can put females in that shit, which there never was any. This is not what you think of or what I think of when I hear, when I read that word. That's not it. It should be a O, and it should be a Breaking Dawn logo for it. If it's not, you're doing some other shit and trying to claim fame off of that.
Yeah, that game that y'all put up didn't work. So what makes you think this shit's gonna work?
Why look, they selling that shit cheap on PlayStation, damn near free. Why are you even following up with this? Why? So you can introduce Lilith? You don't need to, motherfucker. We see Lilith running rampant throughout the world in our culture right now. I know what a Lilith look like, okay? That wasn't the story. You bastardized that story to do all this other dumb shit that you did to put Wolverine on the Midnight Suns where he has nothing to do with supernatural shit whatsoever. It wasn't about him. It's about a bunch of other characters that your ass didn't even introduce yet. Based on the
pretty much they're gonna do the Black Panther thing, is introduce him to somebody else's shit.
Mm-hmm. Which, in a sense, can work. You can't introduce them in another movie before he gets his own. But that it wouldn't be the first time you introduced him because you did that chicken shit stuff in the Eternals already. Now, the only thing you can say, well, a lot of people didn't see the Eternals. Well, then a lot of people shouldn't know how bad it was. But since they apparently do know how bad it is, yeah, since they apparently do know how bad it is, then a lot of people have seen it. You already fucked up his introduction because you didn't even see him. Had me sitting in the theater scratching my head like, whose fucking voice was that? Was that Lawrence Fishburne? Who the hell was? Oh, it's Mahershala Ali. Oh, that was Blade. Why would you have to tell me that? Why didn't you just show him? We can't see his face on screen? Kind of seen but not heard spook that sat by the door shit is that?
Mm-hmm. It took me 3 days to watch that movie, by the way, because I kept falling asleep on it.
Perez said that the inclusion of Ali would be similar in the way to Namor, played by Tino Chuerte, was introduced in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That is not a ringing endorsement. Although not
I got a question.
Go ahead.
When you're done, I got a question about that. When you're done.
Oh, if it's going to be about how his case ain't came up, nobody mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've mentioned it several times. Every time I talked about Jonathan Majors, I mentioned the shit about Tino Chuerte and why nobody said anything about his shit. Because this shit happened at the same time, and there was actually teeth in his. Wasn't no pinky situation. No, it was some real shit. Nobody mentions it. They covered that shit up like a cat in the litter box. Like,
because when I saw his chair pop up, I was like, whoa. How the fuck is he still in a movie and Majors is not? Because
Major had a bigger role. And Tino Chuerte, they need him for that Latino representation. You know, because they want to grab that audience too.
Man, that's if they don't go get Sunspot to shut the hell up.
Man. But Sunspot, you Japanese, man. They're worried about them. And Chinese, they.
No. That's Sunfire, Artisan. That's Sunfire, Sunspot.
Oh, you talking about Sunspot? Yeah, Robert DaCosta. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's your Latino representation, right there.
Look, a flame character, in my opinion, stronger than Johnny Storm, and he has a dark side too. Rainfire, yeah. Go get Robert. That's a more interesting effect on screen to me. Perez notes that he personally thinks that Blade would be introduced in a film like the name I'm not going to say, versus a giant ensemble project like Secret Wars. No, he will be introduced in a large ensemble project, so you don't have to overly focus on him, but he does get to show up. Right? Yeah, Too Triv. Where's my brother Voodoo? Exactly. Where's my brother Voodoo, man? I would love.
Man, that's one character that I was looking forward to.
Yeah, They had Jericho Drum in the Doctor Strange too, but they ain't got to the Brother Voodoo part yet. Got his brother there. Work it out. This is the only way for me. There's enough other character seeds for other characters in the MCU that they could do a Midnight SON Sons with the characters that are there, and I would accept it because it's close enough to them having supernatural origins or dealing with supernatural stuff. I would. For me, Blade, obviously, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, if they introduced a Brother Voodoo, the other Jericho Drum character, if they wasn't spending so much time on America Chavez, you probably would have got that shit in the movie. You could still pull off a close approximation. Oh, I'm forgetting Werewolf by Night, right? So I already got about 5 of them supernatural characters there. Ghost Rider, if they want to roll his ass in, which he should be there. You can't have the Midnight Suns without having Ghost Rider and Blade. Those are the absolute. Well, Ghost Rider, Blade, and Doctor Strange. Those are 3 essential characters you need to have there. Maybe not so much with Doctor Strange, but you definitely need Blade and Ghost Rider. Definitely need Blade and Ghost Rider.
Go snatch
Ghost Rider you have. I don't.
Yeah. Go snatch Jared Leto's ass up and bring him back as Morbius.
You can bring him back as Morbius, but that's tied to Sony shit. That's the thing. That's tied to Sony shit. You probably can't get him like that for that show, right? But you need to have at least Ghost Rider and Blade there. Doctor Strange, maybe, because Doctor Strange at that time, he sort of functioned like the guy who got the band together, but he's not there all the time. The mainstays were the Night Stalkers, Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, those characters, right? So you can still do the team, keep the O in it, get this U shit out of there. So there were no females on the team. That's just what the fuck it was. They weren't. Because the person that they were fighting against was Lilith. That was from the comic. And that's why they were the sons and not, mixed in with some of the daughters. Oh, another character they have there now is Jennifer Kale, black chick from Agatha All Along. She's there now. And Jennifer Kale is a descendant of Noel Kale, which gets down to the descendants of being Johnny Blaze and Dan Ketch. So, and she's magical based. So she's there too, so they can have her on the team if they don't want to use Doctor Strange, and that will give you your magic base and your time in for Ghost Rider and shit like that. Which they could still do. They could still do it. But this changing of the name shit, I don't like that because it's always bullshit to me. It's like calling a movie Infinity War. They got little to do with anything that actually happened in Infinity War. Little. There's your Rob Liefeld lead in for why you ain't even going off the comics. You just disrespecting the people who wrote these goddamn stories just to slap the name on it and give you some other bullshit. No. So they could do a Midnight Suns with those characters, but the way Marvel is going right now, they'll throw some bunch of females in it. That's why it's Sons and not Sons with an O. It's Sons with a U, which is not the name of the fucking team. Not the point.
That's how we'll get goofy ass Elsa Bloodstone in this shit.
Yeah, that's how you will get a goofy ass Elsa Bloodstone in there. A failed attempt to make a female Blade. Character is not that damn interesting at all. And if you want to know how interesting she is, what's her main villain? When I say Elsa Bloodstone, you say who? Yeah, exactly. Originally set to release on November 3rd, 2023, Blade ended up being delayed for some time in 2024 before indefinitely delayed again. Recent reports suggest that Marvel's Kevin Feige is determined to press on with the project, but any updates remain to be seen. Of course he is. Oh, and this is Anthony Nash, who's been writing about games and the gaming industry for nearly a decade. Does that motherfucker look any but 23? So he's been writing about this shit since he was 13. That must be an old ass picture. That must be an old ass picture. This cat must be writing about shit for 10 years.
Since he was 13?
Well, no, it says he's been writing about this stuff for a decade. I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, this motherfucker barely got facial hair. He 20 something. 10 years would make it 10 to 13, motherfucker.
Dude, I'm about to put my fucking job application in because I see a bunch of these same sites putting out hiring ads. I'm about to put my damn application in so I can write some shit too.
These motherfuckers for writing on Twitter. Anyway. So see, Mr. Matt kept popping in and popping out. What's wrong with the background, man? What's good with you? You having technical issues? So the studio's point, yeah, I'd love to see Voodoo. I'd love to see a brother Voodoo. I would. If I thought they'd do it decent.
I mean, I would hope it would pop up in a Doctor Strange movie or some shit like that, you know. You know, he does come Sorcerer Supreme at some point, so I mean that would make sense. But all right, but fuck it, you know.
That's why. And for me, not just because he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme, him becoming the Sorcerer Supreme is a reason to put him in a movie. I just think it'd be interesting to have a black character up there with the magic abilities, and then you get to touching on voodoo and shit.
Mm-hmm.
See how these motherfuckers like that a little bit. I just think it'd be entertaining. See how they skirt around that. Where does he get his powers from? Why do they call him Dr. Voodoo? Well, there's reasons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you square that circle? Probably can't. Yeah. Dr. Strange could go to Tibet, but he didn't stay there. You know, it gets touchy when you start talking about the powers and stuff like that. You know, Mr. Matt said he's traveling. Aren't we all? We're traveling through life. Anyway, you got some other thoughts, Beastly, so I can go ahead and get my ass dressed and go to this work order?
No, nothing. Just the same old thing. Or just wish new shit. I find myself going back and watching old shit from like 20 years ago now. Like watching old Beyblade episodes because I found that shit on YouTube. And I was like, sitting here watching old ass anime because I can't get any new decent shit.
That's because you that younger generation. You got to go back to some. You better start listening to some old Gen Xer stuff.
I'll do that too.
About.
I remember I was born at the beginning of the 90s, so I grew up on everything I watched was Gen X. So Terminator, the freaking Conan movies, all of the Rambo movies. I grew up on all that. I'm gonna go back and read this. I'm about to try to find the damn Guyver again.
You might as well see Mark Hamill when he wasn't crazy. Joe Herb said you'd like to see a Night Thrasher movie. Maybe not. They'd ruin that too, but I would like to see the New Warriors represented. As a team, they were a pretty strong team. You're a pretty strong team. You got your Batman-esque Night Thrasher. You got your fire support and Firestar, microwave emissions and stuff like that. So there's somebody else, in my view, a mutant stronger than Johnny Storm. You got Rage, Everett. I forgot what his name was. I almost said Everett Jones and started thinking of barbecue. But Everett, who's a little young black kid who ended up with strength, sort of on par with, he could fight like the Thing or the Hulk, right? So you got Rage there. You got Silhouette, who, yeah, she's crippled there. So, DEI and inclusion. She walks on leg braces, but she melts in the shadows and stuff like that, like Cloak, because she traveled the Dark Force dimension as well. You got Richard Rider Nova, my boy, that is super fast, invulnerable, can travel in space and everything else. When they needed help in space, they called him, and he wasn't on the Avengers. Namorita, Namor's cousin, you could say she was one of them chicks that you saw in Wakanda Forever, but she's kind of like a hybrid. She got the little wings on her anklets and shit like that too. Strong as shit, can fly. Cool. And you got not Vance Astro, but forget his real name, but you have Justice there, who is a telekinetic. So he can fly and stuff like that. There's a lot of good characters on there, even Turbo with a little propeller suit. Even Turbo. Some good, and I mean, not forget Robbie Baldwin, the Speedball.
Speed
My
before it
other
became
character,
Penance.
before he became Penance, my Speedball character, my Spider-Man out of the pages of Spider-Man annual Speedball character. That if you've ever had a Super Ball, which I love, throw that shit against the wall, you get how his powers work. The extra dimensional force bubble, yeah. You throw the give me a team with those. You have not seen a character just in the Speedball character. You haven't seen a character like that in comic book movies, especially not modern day. That'd be fun actually to do.
Mm-hmm.
To actually have his powers like that on screen. The closest thing to give you guys a visual of what it could possibly look like would be Polka Dot when he's throwing them polka dots. Polka Dot Man from the Suicide Squad movie by James Gunn. Throwing them polka dots and shit. That'd be interesting to see on screen because you've never seen a character like that. You've seen Spider-Man swinging around, but Speedball doesn't swing. He jumps and ricochets off of shit. That could be fun. I can get into some fun shit. Yeah. Give him that trench coat look. And then Nova, you see why Captain Marvel is shit. And how much they tried to steal from Nova to make Captain Marvel look like something on screen.
Holy shit. I just now realized that.
Yeah. That's what it was. That was some Nova shit. She ain't never supposed to be up against Thanos, but Nova is. Nova fights Thanos. That when they talk about that whole annihilation wave shit in the cancer verse and stuff, who was there fighting Thanos? Richard Rider Nova and Star-Lord. That's who was fighting Thanos. Captain Marvel was nowhere around that shit. Nowhere in vicinity. Wasn't even part of it. Because that ain't her truck. That is not her character to be fucking with. She is not powered enough for that. So that's why I laugh. And I liked it seeing it. That she got her ass punched into the epilogue in Endgame.
Punched off screen.
You see her ass again till the funeral was happening. Like, what happened? I just woke up. Like, fuck out of here. Because that's where your ass should have been. The fuck out of here.
Total runtime was 15 minutes.
Man, your ass had no reason to be in that situation at all. At all. No. Should have been out of there. So yeah, Richard Rider Nova as well. And Night Thrasher, because he's just a human character with a little bit of an armored suit on, he can function a little bit cord like what Taylor Industries or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Taylor Industries.
He can function like a cheaper Bruce Wayne. He can function as a cheaper Bruce Wayne. I mean, they've tried to been giving him a resurgence in the comics. They put out comics again with fucking Night Thrasher, right?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite black characters, right? Still ain't read these motherfuckers yet, but I like Night Thrasher, right? Like the character, so they could use him, but that's just what he'd be. I don't know how good it would be because while I like Thrash, if I use the same thing that I was saying about them woman characters, you say Night Thrasher, who's his villain? Well, I could say, me personally, I could say Bandit and Cord, and then his adopted little Asian mama. But nobody knows those fucking characters.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Bandit, his half brother, would be the best one to use. Or not even his half brother, it's Silhouette's brother. So that'd be cool. But I would just like to see a new Warriors team more than I want to see a rejiggered Young Avengers called the Champions. Like, y'all don't know what the fuck you doing. You are totally blendering this shit. You might as well be in Jamba Juice. Because y'all just throwing everything together and mixing it up and pouring it out. It's like, this is not that team. There's a reason. There's a reason a team has a certain makeup, a certain set of people on it, which makes them a team because it works together like that. Their title lets you know who they are. You can't have Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop and all these characters on a team and say that's the champions, and you can't go to the comic books and say, these are not the champions. These are the Young Avengers. Why are you calling them the champions now? Do you not respect your own material?
Nope.
Look, we could have got any other studio to do some mishmash shit like this. Sony and Fox was good for it. And you saw what happened with Fox from doing that shit. Why are you doing that to your own characters, Marvel? Why? That's dumb. Just objectively dumb. That's not the champions. By calling them that, you ruin the actual champions team. Which, the Sam Alexander, the Kamala Khan, the young characters, the really young characters that don't get to be Avengers. And then you ruin a young Avengers squad that people like because they were the older teenagers. You ruin your whole tier system. Like DC has. You have your Young Justice. You have your Titans. You have your JLA. And by calling one of those names, oh, I'm a Titan. Oh, well, we know where you are. You the next up. You training to be in the JLA. Oh, you Young Justice? Oh, you training to be in the Titans.
You possibly be in the Titans. You ask my name, make the cut.
Possibly make it to the Titans. Because all the Titans is everybody else in the JLA sidekicks. That's it. They're the next up. Because any one of those people in the Titans could take over the role of being the main character in that universe.
Bats go down, dick you up.
A number got called. You out of the AAA into the majors, man. Come up. You no longer in the farm.
Wonder Woman's sick. Wonder Girl. Need somebody else to wield this lasso.
Donna, get up there, man. They called you. They called you up, man. We need you. That's the squad. But you look over at Marvel, and now they doing this mango shit with the Young Avengers and now the champions. That's what you're doing. You fucking it up. Now there's no hierarchy now because we're all equal, right? Idiots. I just don't get it. The original champions were Hercules, Ghost Rider, Iceman, and Angel circa 1975. I don't think Ghost Rider was there. The original champions were... Oh, no, that was the original Defenders. I was thinking of Namor, Captain America, and Hammond, Human Torch, original Human Torch. Yeah, fucking champions. We might as well bring back the challenges of the unknown at this point. But no, I'm not interested in that now. They've taken long enough and fucked it up enough that they can't even do the Young Avengers decently. So, whatever. They can call it the champions. Fuck it. Why don't you call them the New Mutants while you at it? Why don't you do that?
Don't do that.
My bad, Charles. Right. That was the Invaders. That's not the original Defenders. It was the Invaders. Those three. Cap, the original Human Torch, and Namor were the original Invaders. Thank you. I'm having a brain fart today. I had one cup of coffee and Pop-Tarts and a banana, so I have not even eaten correctly today. And now I got to go deal with these stupid people. Can't work hot water. It is what it is. Technology makes everything work worse. So I need to go diagnose a tankless water heater. So final thoughts, Beast. You got anything? I'm gonna roll up out of here. I gave y'all 3 hours. And grab my phone, see who donated. Oh.
Final thoughts. Message to Marvel, possibly DC, because I don't know what James Gunn is doing over there. But can we stop revealing everything in the freaking trailer? Everything does not need a reveal. Everything does not need to be told. Just surprise people. Because me personally, I think you even said this, Artisan. I don't think you believe in your material. You releasing all of this information ahead of schedule.
I just said it. Just said it on this stream. I don't think you believe in that shit.
Yeah.
You obviously ain't got no faith in it. You obviously don't have any faith in it.
Just relax and let us come. I would have been super excited to see the original X-Men cast in this damn movie. Now I know, possibly, since you showed these lineup, there's no way in hell that you're not bringing back Hugh Jackman and even Halle Berry. Because if you're bringing back James Madison and fucking Rebecca Romaine, then you damn sure better bring back everybody else. I better see Anna Paquin's ass too. I better see Sean Ashmore with the Iceman. Maybe not Elliot Page because it's no longer Ellen. But
you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that character no more.
But now
rogue into a guy.
But I better see all of it because that's another aspect of this too. People's expectations who actually know this shit. I said, well, now I better see everybody else too. But that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, everybody that's left out now, you're gonna be pissed off. Like, well, why you brought these people back and didn't bring this one? Well, Halle Berry is expensive, but it's okay. We ain't trying to see her titties now, so you might get it at a discount. But she's an Oscar winner too. Just saying. So could be kind of pricey. Shout out to the No One. Appreciate you, No One, the package man in here. He said, finally caught the show. Well, you've been missing it forever. I did it earlier for you East Coast motherfuckers. So y'all can have a decent stream and go about your day, and then I can wake up early with my brain half fried, remember half the shit, and then go on with my day and be totally awake later on. Like, I know everything now. Too bad the show's over. Do I got to do another one? Do I have to do 2 parts on a Sunday? I don't know. No, it's just me getting used. I just have to get used to it. It is what it is. But
Did you freeze?
Yeah, I froze for a little bit. I'm back. So he said, thanks for that. So appreciate you, package man. One donation. Y'all motherfuckers sat in here for 3 hours. Only one of you donated. You motherfucker. Yeah, niggas ain't shit. Boy, it's hard on the black man. Shout out to you, no one. I will give you that 3B salute. And no, I didn't become Muslim all of a sudden with my head covering on. It's just cold. It's cold, and I'm bald right now. So I don't like all my heat escaping my head like that. So forgive me if I like being warm. I know y'all who live in colder areas, like, oh, he tripping. How cold could it be in California? Too cold. I'm a Californian. It's too cold.
Too cold. So like about 70.
It's under 60. I'm looking at the temperature right now. It says 59 degrees Fahrenheit and windy. That's cold. Yes, I'm a Californian. That's cold, man. We ain't supposed to be below 60.
That's just like here in Texas. Whenever it snows, they lose their damn mind, like because it's normally fucking hot.
Yeah, don't be looking at me crazy. I wasn't. Look, Do you see this dark skin? Charles might call me lightness all fucking day, but no, I was not born for cold weather. I tolerate it. I do not like it. I buy winter clothes in the summer. Like, no, I don't like being cold. It's not my thing. It's not my culture. So, y'all who live in snowy areas, maybe you should move. Got a lot of beach out here, a lot of sun.
No,
Get
that
where
just gives them the excuse to talk shit about the people who can't stand the cold. Oh, this ain't nothing. And I'm like,
yeah,
just because you
it out. You ain't got enough
just
sense to
because
leave, man.
that's because you grew up in 20-degree weather.
Yeah, just because you was born there don't mean you gotta die there. Look, man, y'all like them people that live in Gotham City. As bad as it is, you won't move out. Fucking leave. It ain't nothing but killers and criminals here. Apparently, leave. Go somewhere. Okay, hell, what's wrong with you? You like that shit? That's what it is.
Well,
You
you
ain't
can't go
gonna
there.
honor for me if you choose to stay there. Nah, Joker keep coming through, gassing everybody.
Well, you can't go.
Eating people, and then it's just criminals running rampant all over the place. So much that they
Wait a
wear
minute.
costumes to disseminate between the really bad ones and the regular ones. Oh hell no!
Look, you can't even go to the swamp without running into Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, I'd have moved the hell out of Gotham, and I'd get the hell away from a cold place.
I want to move to Metropolis where it's safe.
My daughter stayed. My daughter chose to go to school in a place that gets snow. And I laugh at her ass every time she tells me about being cold up there. I was like, baby girl, what did you expect? What did you expect? You moved up there. I don't want to hear this shit. This is not a complaint. You don't get to complain about some shit you put yourself in. Look, shut up. I'm just laughing.
It's cold.
It's cold up here. Really? You don't say. What was the first indication? Snow on the ground? Come on, man. You knew that. No sympathy, man. No sympathy.
That's why I love when they get hot down here. I'll be like, I guess my opportunity to talk shit. Like, it's hot out here. I'm like, okay. Just like you can't take the heat, but you want to talk about me not taking the cold. All right, cool.
Motherfuckers complain about a sunny day. No, I don't give a shit. Look, I live where it's warm. And so I have the right to complain when it gets cold. Because it's opposite of what it's supposed to be. And yes, 60 degrees is getting cold. 59 degrees, we in the 50s. Pretty fucking chilly here.
Time to put a jacket and a hoodie on.
Time the jacket and the hoodie, the beanie. I need my beanie on, man, because it's cold out here. You can catch new fucking pneumonia out here fucking around with that shit. Especially when it's windy. Places where it gets windy. You don't need no cold air blowing through your ass like that. Making your pores pucker up like assholes. Oh, no, dude. You'd be sick in a minute. Dying out here. Shout out to No One. He said, Maestro, please. I haven't heard one of these in a while. Appreciate you, No One. I will give you the guts and butts. Appreciate it.
Number one, 3 or 4 times. I ain't telling no lies. Never let a hard time on the
Uh-oh. Shout out to this brother. He donated something in the stream. Shout out to the beastly nerd of the Danger Room. This motherfucker doing good on Rivals. I will tell you too, Beast. I started playing competitive.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh, what is right there? You knew it was coming too.
Shit.
I woke up late today because I was playing that shit last night. And I'm just trying to get out of bronze. I got up to bronze 1.
Good luck.
Making some progress. You only need winning 5 games, and that shit is so difficult because
you're in bronze and don't none of the motherfuckers know what to do.
you know these roads apparently. You've traveled these roads apparently.
No. I have an alt account, artisan, and I'm in bronze.
Than quick play. That shit is more frustrating than quick play. I had to figure out how to start muting people individually because you knew how to do that shit. I figured out how to do it last night because I had some little kid on there talking. Either it was a kid or some 20-year-old trying to be childish on a mic. Turn your fucking mic off. No, they want to do that shit because they try to annoy people. I had to stop the game and figure out how to mute this. I got to mute this motherfucking microphone. How do I mute their mic? I don't want to hear them. And then I start banning more people. Or not banning, blocking.
Avoid as teammates and.
Yep, I don't ever want to play with this motherfucker again. Cheeseburger, don't ever show up on my random screen again. Nope, ever.
Yeah, because it's bronze, and it's like I have an alt account that I haven't been playing on, and I just did it, got back on it, and that was like just with Wolverine, just fucking everybody up because I play at the higher level. So it's like I say, okay, you making this mistake, so I'm gonna just come around here and just jump on your ass and just cut you to ribbons because you just making this same dumbass mistake. And so it's they like they did some quick play shit. You know the Shin Shibuya map where the Tokyo 29. Okay, tell me why all these motherfuckers decided to fight them in front of their spawn.
Because look,
I'm on point.
I had it last night. These motherfuckers kept running into the same point, and they sitting on mic, 3 of them, talking to each other. Man, I don't know what the fuck going on. And these niggas, these are the fucking dumb niggas at that. And they doing the shit on purpose to be a goof. I'm like, why are you fucking up this game for me? I'm trying to get my wins done. You here fucking around on purpose. I really do wish there was friendly fire in this shit. I wish you can click fire so I could start picking these motherfuckers off. I'm serious. I would be Killian Maddox with my finger out, like, nope. You go there.
Look, if you have heard my theory on what they doing when they bring Jean Grey in, I said make her ass a strategist. That way, if she gets killed or she gets overwhelmed, she turns into the Phoenix and she can decimate everybody on the damn field. So everybody getting hit. Soon as you ain't protecting your healers and she go down, Dark Phoenix is coming.
Baby. Ooh, I love this. The destruction. The death.
Look, that make everybody think twice. Say, hey, we don't shoot at her too much. Don't shoot at her too much. We don't want her to die.
That motherfucker might flip. Yeah, I played last night, and I was playing because of the task that was on there. I was playing Adam Warlock. Well, I don't usually play. I don't play Adam Warlock at all. I'm not interested. But I had to play him last night because that was the one character. There was like 5 challenges you had to complete, and in all of those 5, Adam Warlock was a common character in all 5 of those. So I played Adam Warlock to close out all 5 of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers would not protect me for shit.
Nope.
They don't protect their healers at all. I've talked about it enough times on here. I hate people with no real strategy, no sense of actual strategy. I'm healing you. I'm behind you. Why do you keep leading people towards me? Because you're running. Punisher. Coward. What the fuck are you doing? Why don't you put up a turret and lay these bitches down? Can't make no progress on a convoy. Can't push them back because everybody backpedaling. So fucking frustrating. I'm staying calm right now, even though I'm cursing. I'm staying calm because I was bitching last night.
Oh yes, I was too. I was right there. I was in there with
last night I was bitching. Somebody was killing me with Black Panther. I thought it was your ass for a second. I was like, who is this motherfucker? Whose name is this? Okay, it's not him. No, I had people playing good tactics who were double and triple teaming me. Just playing the puncher. Just playing the puncher. It was like, that's another thing. Get him. Double triple team. Like, oh yeah, they own me. Where's my teammates? Where are they? Nowhere to be found.
See, that's another problem that they're running into is like, and I'm probably contributing to it, is you have a lot of the people at the higher elos because they can't really do much once you get to them super higher levels. They just create an alt account and try to grind back up. So you got people like myself that know what the fuck we doing, and we just kind of thrashing everybody. And
that's a common tactic with people who actually get really good at a game. You usually have an alt account, which is like big YouTubers have alternate accounts that they go and watch other people's content.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can never say you saw them in the chat, but they always in chats. picking up tips and shit like that. Always. You just don't know it's them because they have alternate accounts. I don't use an alternate account at all. I have one in case, YouTube get to acting squirrely with one channel. But I'm always me. Wherever the fuck I go, I'm me. So if you see me in somebody's chat, that was me.
Mm-hmm.
Usually because my name is uncommon. And I don't have a problem liking their video or saying something in their fucking chat or leaving a comment on their fucking videos because it is me. You don't think so? Come over to my channel and see. Yes. I don't believe in hiding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in hiding shit. So if I'm really good on a game and I play down, I'm just playing down. You'd still see who the hell it is. I'm not going to hide from you. It's not what I do. But some of these motherfuckers do that. Yeah, they do. But it's an ego thing because they don't want the loss on their name. If they actually playing down and they getting fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want nobody to know that was them getting fucked up. That's where their ego comes in.
Yeah.
You can't let somebody see you take a loss. I put up streams of me dying ridiculously playing a game, and y'all will see. Or you can see me playing and doing really good. You can see me handling my business with teams or solo. I don't care like that. I don't have my ego wrapped up in that shit like that. It's frustrating, but it's also fun in a weird way. So, but when you see it, yeah, that's me. It is who the fuck it is. I don't need to hide for that shit. So I get that there's players in there that do that because I can tell when they're playing. I said, this is a team.
Mm-hmm. There's a stack. You going up against a stack.
Yeah, this is a team. At least 3 of them. Because they know what they're doing and they doing it. And the game gives you little indications of that just from the character's KO thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because, it changes. For the higher the level of the character, the more the KO icon changes. Or just the on-screen icon changes. To give you those indications that they are a higher level player or they put in a lot of time on this character. So there's things to give you away, even if you change your fucking name. What's going to happen, dude? Like, I don't see why the fuck you do that. Just be who you fuck you are. Don't matter. Does not matter. But yeah, there were some people I played against that was really good. There were some people that I was playing against that were absolute boneheads.
Mm-hmm.
Little kids that don't on with an open mic so I can hear everything that their mama and everybody else in the room goddamn saying. That's the other reason why I can't stream that shit with my mic open. Because you're just gonna hear all the rest of these goddamn people. All the noise and all the dumb shit that they saying. Dude, I'd do better making a music video out of that shit. Turn the sound off, make the recording, and just put the recording up and cut music to it.
Pretty much.
Like, you don't want to hear all that shit. And you damn sure don't want to hear me cussing that much without seeing my face on screen. It would be absolutely irritating. I played last night till about 1. After I came home, I got home about 9 or 10, watched some television, and then about 11:45 before it turned over, I was playing, trying to get some stuff done on it. It was irritating me. I didn't cuss as much until later, but it was irritating me. And I was like, Beastly told me this was a little worse and competitive. And I'm just trying to get out the bottom tiers. Like, it is worse. And I hate taking losses because somebody else does not want to play correctly. I'm losing points because we lost a match that we could have won because these motherfuckers just don't want to play. They want to play and not play the game. I'm like, fucking hell, dude. Why am I, as a healer, holding down 4 people? And I got a team. One of which is standing off in the corner somewhere trying to get the game canceled or initiating surrenders, which I'm no. I don't want no parts of your surrender monkey ass. No,
Mm-mm.
no. Go play on the French server. They good for that kind of shit. No, absolutely not. Why are you initiating a surrender? We just fucking started, you idiot. No.
Oh yeah, they
Absolutely.
trying to throw the game. They trying to throw the game.
Yeah. We had one person disconnected. The match was over. The match ended because he disconnected. So they said that player would be penalized, but the match
15-minute ban.
yeah, we just started though. We had just started the round in Central Park. Like, you fucking asshole, we was just pushing. Yeah, I can't even find these people again. Fucking dick. So yeah. So I'm playing competitive now. Whoop-de-doo. See how far I get, because I am factionless. I'm not a part of anybody's faction. I think I will end up starting my own if I feel like doing that shit. Otherwise, I will be a solo leveler, and maybe I'll drop into somebody's faction. I don't know, but I'm just seeing where I can get in this competitive stuff to see if it's less irritating than quick play. What I found so far, it takes longer. It takes a lot longer than quick play.
Without a stack or without people that's cooperating, or the biggest problem you run into is people that want to then try to talk shit to you, because that's what I always run into. They want to rather than actually saying something, like somebody trying to tell me something, I'll be constructive. I said, telling me that I need more practice on the character is not constructive.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
heard
telling me I suck.
I had one guy last night. Somebody was playing Squirrel Girl on our team. We went through the first round. Then we went to the second one, right? It was 3, right? You control a point. He's on the same side we are. He types in there that Squirrel Girl, you suck. That's your teammate, you fucking idiot. They're on your team right now. Is that helping them in any way?
No.
Is that making them want to play harder for you in any way? I may be saying y'all suck right now, but you don't hear it, and I'm not typing it. My mic is not open, and I didn't type it in the fucking chat for everybody to read. But I might know you sucking and not doing your goddamn job right now. I just don't feel like yelling at you on a microphone. But since I can see that, like you say, certain times of the day is different people playing. Okay. 10 o'clock at night in California on West Coast time, some fucking dumbasses playing. They either high or they just ignorant as fuck. And I don't know what it is with this generation that take pleasure in doing dumb shit and fucking things up for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell that is. That's some shit that to get you fucking beat up in person. You can't go to no pickup game and then just be fucking up on purpose and think you ain't gonna beat your ass on the court. Somebody out there trying to actually play. Oh, they taking this game too serious, man. No, look what they do. Oh, they got me, bro. They got me, bro. Oh, bro, man, shut up. That's all I feel like saying to 3 fucking mooks. Shut the fuck up. Play the game or get off the sticks.
Yeah, of course they're taking it serious. Like, I hate like somebody just said it, like one of the Facebook groups. Like, I hate that it's just quick play statements. It doesn't matter. It's still, I be saying it doesn't matter. It still goes into your stats.
Mm-hmm.
It still
falls on your stat tree. Still under your achievements. When it gets to your win-loss record, it's still showing up there. Yeah, you don't care about it. I don't care about it. I'm just dipping my toe into playing competitive because I don't give a shit like that. I'm playing the game for fun. But I want to be good at it.
Still want to win.
Still want to win. I'm competitive in a sense. I want to win my match. Can't win every game. Yes, the fuck you can if you get better. But not when you have people who playing with you who don't want to actually win anything or don't want to actually learn anything. No, you can't win that way. Never.
Teammates that don't want to cooperate, just constantly. I don't know. I don't know how many times I lost matches where everybody gets into an argument in the voice chat in competitive.
I'm not doing that. I'm I'm also not liking the one person who wants everybody else to mic up all of a sudden when the team starts and thinking you got some authority to tell everybody something. Oh, you the de facto leader in this bitch, huh? Oh, really? Mic up or jump if you can hear me or something. We need y'all to mic up. I don't need to mic up. Who the fuck are you talking to?
The only time that mic up shit is cool.
I'm at my house drinking my Theraflu and eating my food. Fuck you. I don't need to mic up because you said so. I know who the fuck you are. Shut up.
The only time that shit is cool is when everybody's chill. Everybody's like, yo, hey, who playing what? We doing this? Okay, what's the game? When everybody is cooperating and having fun. I played those matches where I played with the same, I'm in the diamond. I played with the same group of guys. Who like, oh shit, yo, what's up, man? We back at it again. Let's go. Let's get another dub. We won two out of three matches together. The only reason we lost one match is because one of the dudes DC'd on us in the middle of the match. He was like, fuck, it's 5-on-6. Goddamn, we're going to try to hold this point and
I've had that. I've had that 5-on-6 all of a sudden. We get to the fucking score screen. It's like, oh, we missing somebody? No wonder. Motherfucker, you put a hole in our formation. Asshole. Lucky I don't remember your name. Charles said, tighten up, Buttercup. 50 degrees is common. 56 degrees is common in your part of town, Baltimore.
You're from Baltimore, sir.
Yeah. You got your coast, I got mine. 56 is uncommon out here, nigga. Okay? That is not common.
I'm from subtropic climate environments, okay? Subtropic.
I'm from the place that everybody want to move to, and you from the place that everybody want to run from. Okay, understand that the temperature probably plays a role in that. Okay, but like I talk about Crimea River with you warm climate women. Look, man, you black like I'm black. We from warm climate people. Okay, don't tell me because you got your ancestors got used to that shit. No, don't blame me for that. Mine went the other way. Arizona, Texas, California, okay? Let's just understand you don't get melanin from being in cold ass places, okay? Okay, so understand just because you adjusted to some shit, I respect your resilience, sir, but that ain't natural. Fuck out of there. You name me one place on this globe where there's a bunch of dark people live in a cold ass place. I'll wait. Black folks, by sheer appearance, do not belong in cold ass environments. They don't. Fucking shit.
We are the people of the sun.
Yeah, exactly. We are the sun people. Midnight's suns. Okay. Do not fuck with cold. That is not our thing. If we the Supermen, that's our weakness, okay? Cold. It makes us just as vulnerable as everybody else. You put us in the heat, put us in that sun. Oh my God, dude. I feel like Henry Cavill in this bitch. Yes. Feel the full totality of my strength.
You hear the super music theme here. Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. Floating out in space, like absorb it into my cells. I radiate heat. I don't join a match unless everyone's got a strong signal. I don't need connection struggles on my team. I don't worry about the connection part. It's mostly the connection problem is with the connection in these people's fucking brains when you hear them talking on this damn microphone. That's the connection problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I usually stay muted. To try to keep, because I don't want, like I just told you, I don't use other accounts. It's just the same name. It's the same account. So I don't want a reputation of being the dude that's on there just cussing at everybody. I'm frustrated. I am cussing everybody who keep fucking up, but I'm not doing it out over the open air where everybody can hear that shit. So it's private. It's for me. Like, I don't want that social stigma. Like, that motherfucker be cussing at everybody. Yeah, because you keep doing dumb shit. Because you keep doing dumb shit.
That's why I try to.
Dumb shit. I can stop cussing at you. Fuck.
My biggest problem is just motherfuckers don't know how to work together as a team.
No.
They want to blame everybody else on the team. I'm like, nobody's working together as a team.
That is my main thing. Why am I trying to take a control point with a healer? Because everybody else is running. why, if I am the healer, you are letting people run past you to attack your healer? You're not protecting your healer. I'm right behind you, healing you, buffing you, whatever I can. That sounds dirty as fuck.
Oh, that.
Providing increased buffs to your character. Why are you not trying to protect me?
Oh, that's what happened to me last night. It had
the kill count, right?
Yeah, it happened. Who was I playing? I forgot I was playing. I think I was playing Rocket, and somebody was playing Human Torch. Tell me why, mind you, I'm shooting Rocket's orbs in there. Tell me why this dude flies all the way back to go get a health pack. By the time he gets to the health pack, he's at full health.
Same reason that motherfucker ran from me while I'm playing Adam Warlock and I'm trying to heal him right now. I've just soul bonded him. Like, why are you running back over there? The battle is here. You weren't supposed to be the DPS person. Where are you going?
And you use the soul bond. You can live through with the soul bond. So why is he
soul bonded him? No, he ran. Like I said, when I find characters that we don't even have to talk and they understand the mission and what's going on, those are the people after the match is over I'm trying to friend. Because obviously they understand how to play this shit. So I need to play with more people like that. And that's why I keep friending those people. Because random is good for, like I said, get a smattering of people who are playing. And then if you can read people's play styles, there's people who know how to play, and there's people who fucking don't. Or don't care about playing or don't know how to play teamwork. People who play teamwork, I want to play with them again. So I will friend you. You can not accept if you want to. That's your business. That's fine. But I understand if I can get enough of them together, I will be running them to go do some shit.
Oh, yeah. That's usually what I do, too.
Yeah. So shout out to Beast for supporting the stream. I will give you... Oh, you didn't say which one you wanted. No, since you mentioned it, you're getting this one.
Oh,
shout out to Beast. Shout out to Beast and the power... the power cosmic is female. Appreciate your Beast. I will give you the power of many worlds eaten.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Nom nom, said Galactus. Look, y'all can laugh at that Silver Surfer joke if you want to. All you got to do is watch the movie when it comes out and see how close to accurate we were. Just spitballing, just seeing, reading the landscape of what's out there. Might as well be. When it come out, it is a transgender woman standing up there on a surfboard. Who knows? Wouldn't put it past them. Because apparently
it's going to mark you a checkbox.
And you got the dance card, you got the DEI checklist. They gotta check them boxes. So shout out to 2Triv. Appreciate you, 2Triv. Excuse me, for supporting the stream. I will give you I give you that right.
Yo, I'm doing all right. Yes, sir. I get an attitude when my money ain't right. The team don't want to see me rich. I bet they all back down when they hear the click. Yo,
appreciate you, 2Triv. So that's the show for today. I got to get out of here. I'm already an hour into my travel time. So I can go look at this water heater. If something else comes up, maybe I'll jump back on. But I already gave you guys damn near 4 hours right now. Because y'all know that me and Beastly could sit up here and bitch about rivals all day. And I'm going to be right back on that motherfucker grinding.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back on it.
The controller is right here next.
Yeah, because regardless of me bitching, the game is fun. And there's accomplishments in it that you have to keep getting better. So you just have to keep getting better. I still ain't I've asked my son to play again. I haven't got up to the point where I asked my son to play again. I embarrassed him enough one time. Nah, daddy got to get better, son. I'm sorry. Like I have not asked. I ain't seen him online. I ain't mentioned that shit to him. Like, nope, I embarrassed my son. Man. I got to get better, and I can't get better with these fucking mooks that I keep ending up playing with. Like, this is the irritating part. This is the irritating part. So I was doing some good shit last night too with that Punisher. I was in some spots motherfuckers wasn't expecting, and I was lighting their ass up. But because they played as a team, the motherfuckers adapted real quick. Oh shit! There you go. 3 of them.
That's what happened with me and Wolverine. They just did straight shooters.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit. I can't get through.
Yeah, it was making sure my ass was down. That was one of the few times I had single-digit kills and double-digit deaths. I'm like, boy, they was on my. Like, I got the most deaths of anybody on the team. They was singling me out. Like, no, this motherfucker got to go every time. Every time he showed up, get him the fuck off the field. And I said, see, they ain't playing like I play. Like, you got one character that's a problem, like that fucking Star-Lord. Kill his ass every time. Why are you letting them fly around up there with that shit? Legends, fuck you. No.
Flanking the whole damn team and just coming. Then you hear legend. I'm like, this nigga got old again.
Get him the fuck out of here. This motherfucker getting 38 kills because y'all refuse to shoot him. Like, idiots, dude. Flyers go down first. Like, Flyers go first. And Star-Lord particularly well because he's fucking irritating. Star-Lord and Spider-Man is the most random, broken fucking characters to me because they random ass shit that they do is just supposed to hit. I'm like, this is garbage, dude. This is fucking garbage. No, fuck Star-Lord. You need to go.
Just wait till you get to hero bands. You can ban about 4 different characters.
Whatever. I'm playing with all of them, so I might be all right. Look, a hero band might not affect me at all because I'll just play with some.
It affects one tricks, the little one trick ponies that try to. I was like, your character get banned. I said, what you gonna do now?
Yeah, play something else. I had that last night where somebody just wanted to play the Punisher. And I had already picked him, and then his banner was the Punisher and shit with the little squiggles on it, which means he's like a lord or something. It's like, oh, you're not going to move until you get the Punisher, huh? I heard about you types. Take this shit, man. I'll play Rocket. Like, and what did he do? Run. Not shit. Like, you didn't lay down nothing. You was not even a force in that shit. You didn't even make the MVP real. You didn't even get the SVP, asshole. Like, just wasted talent.
I've been telling people them lords don't be meaning nothing unless you really put down with that character. It's certain lords I fear, like Black Panther lords. Oh, I'm scared of them bad mother, because they actually took their time with their character and got it right, and they don't miss none of that spirit rings. They gonna hit all their dashes. They gonna cut you up, and next thing you know, you gonna hear tremble before bass. I'm like, God damn, where's that?
This motherfucker I played last night. This is why I thought it was you. He's playing Black Panther. That motherfucker was getting with the wall run and the spear, nigga. He was attacking from above. He was death from above without being a flyer all the time.
Yeah, run up the wall, double jump, throw the spear, dash in,
coming down, bam, up the wall again. Don't even see where he went. Come back down, bam, he getting these 2 motherfuckers too. Like, shit. He is playing the hell out of Black Panther, boy. Every time I turn around, this motherfucker right behind me, like, shit. I gotta watch the cutscene to see where this motherfucker was.
Nah, he's gone. He's gone. Unless you got like a Penny Parker or a Thing or a Namor to slow that down, he is gonna be in your back line all day, every day, tearing everybody up because he's 100% flanked. That's all he is. He's flanked.
Everybody was letting people in the back line. Everybody. Running past people, not checking when you coming from respawn if anybody's there, not calling it out, nothing. Just running from people. I lost the game because these motherfuckers, there's 4 of them running around the control point and won't step into it. We're fighting for it. It's overtime. They won't step into the control point. They'll run around the outside, but won't step into it. So if you step into that shit, overtime.
It'll contest it. It'll contest the point.
It will contest the point because it's not just their team standing in there. You can't win this match or do anything in this overtime if you're just gonna run around the outside, like looking around somebody's booty hole, asshole. Like, bruh, like what the fuck are y'all doing? Just get in there. I step up and start laying people down so that the people that are in the control point start running for cover. They don't run in. My team does not press in. They don't. They run in some other damn direction. Like, you're not going to get hit with this. So I just had to sit there and watch the shit. Like, yeah, we lost. Like,
yeah, I carried a team last night with Black Widow just because they was getting shot at. I was like, man, you know what? Let me switch to Widow and just start capping. Pew, bam, headshot, bing. The point started conveniently. The payload conveniently started moving. Then once I started shooting, they started targeting me. Even the Spider-Man, I said, look, I already know how to counter all you Spider-Man and all you Black Panther mans. It's not very hard. Just wait. Spider-Man, just wait for that. Okay, you hit me with the web tracker. I know you're going to come in from the front because that's what a lot of you do, and just hit you with that spin kick, stun your ass, and then pop you, and you done. 2 clicks and you done.
yeah. You know, some of this shit is predictable. And the cowardice is the most predictable part. For something that you're not physically in. I can understand a little backpedaling shit like that if it's really you in there. For just this character that's going to respawn in the same match 4 seconds later, I don't get that cowardice shit. I don't get it at all. It's not like you losing all your items or something like that. None of that shit. It's not like playing a Dark Zone in Division 2. Where everything you carry and somebody gonna be picking up once they lay your ass down. No, You're not losing anything but 4 seconds. 4 fucking seconds, and these people will not push into a point, make a sacrifice play, jump on the line, and let the other man crawl over you to contest this point and keep this match going so you can win. No, they'll let a motherfucker get 99% to 0 because you won't press. Cowards. We gonna win the match with no DPS people. Okay, you gonna go in there and fight? Nah, you just gonna run. That's why you're getting charged by the fucking thing. Fucking hell, stupid shit. Anyway, let me get out of here, Beast. I gotta get my ass on the road and get out.
All right.
Appreciate you, sir. Shout out to AG. Came through here and donated to the stream. Appreciate you, sir. Kyle, I will give you the donut. Appreciate
Double
you.
up. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies. Run it up. Never let a hard time on the rush.
Let's see, somebody contacted me. I haven't heard from her in a while. Interesting. You ain't trying to let me fuck. Thank you guys for coming through today. If you find a showing of it, check out Magazine Dreams. I will check out Daredevil and do my Patreon watch and review of it and put it up on Patreon. So you should see it sometime tonight. If you're on my Patreon, you can set up the alert and then you'll get the alert when it drops on Patreon so you can watch that. I can't promise you when the review will show up or the reaction will show up on YouTube because I have not had time to do editing. I've been working at this point. It is about 18 days straight. Yeah. Since St. Patrick's Day weekend, I've worked every day. Only day I didn't work was the day I flew back, and then that next day, I was on call and to work to where I am now. So I don't have an off day coming until Saturday. Coming up. So I've been on the clock and grinding since then. So I get time, I do it when I can and get it out there for you guys so you can watch it. But I'm not trying to be the first kid to the party. So check out Daredevil or check out Reacher. Now that I know it's the season finale. Let's hope it's fire, because that episode before it was not. It was the opposite of fire. It was a wet blanket with a stupid ass love story stuck in there. And so that kind of lowered my expectations for what I was hyped up to go watch. I have been artisanmc. This has been the hero's journey. I do this every Sunday. Now at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for my East Coast folks. We're going to talk about geek culture, movies, comics, video games, television, streaming shows, and life, whatever's on my mind. I will see you guys next time, but for now, I need to put on my Superman cape and go check out some water heater. So, peace. See you next time.